So basically, the way we're going to set the scene is we are on a sunny beach in Sunset Hills, California. You can find all of the typical beach tropes of, a Baywatch episode. There are people playing volleyball. There are plenty of surfers, a lot of them good, some of them definitely wiping out a lot, some of them still learning. There's a surf shack. There's a bunch of lifeguard towers, kind of like the one that Doc has in the background of in their background, and you also have one of those little those little snack shacks that they have sometimes on beaches that just sell like hot dogs and hamburgers and stuff like that. Um, One thing of note on the snack shack that you guys all walk in past every single day, it's right near the little ramp onto the beach. Um, is it's kind of peppered with on the side of the building there's a bulletin board that's kind of peppered with missing persons cases. And it does kind of seem like it's gotten to the point where maybe they need a bigger bulletin board. Um, and if any of you do end up ever, looking at it while you're passing by, you'll notice that most of them have the typical information, what they were last wearing, which is usually some kind of a bathing suit. Um, who they were seen with last, and just kind of like when they were last seen and heard from and everything like that. Um, do any of you want to look into that before we kind of open up on just meeting the head lifeguard?
I think if this is the first day for Princess Biscuits, who feels this calling to be a lifeguard all of a sudden, um, we you can see her like she's standing in front of that bulletin board and looking it over. And to be clear, we're doing Baywatch. Princess Biscuits is in a full body 1800s bathing costume. So she like full modesty, everything is all covered up, and she's standing there in front of the bulletin board, and she's just checking over. She's like, "Well, no one here, so I guess I'm not missing. But there sure is a lot of people who is." And I think that's just like she's gonna check it every day to make sure she's not on there.
Okay. I so first day, you are sure you're not on there. That's the only
Yes.
thing you're looking for, and just confirmed, like, yes, you're not missing.
Yes.
Keep going.
And for
All
the
right.
sake, for the sake of timing, just so everybody knows, there is every time Princess Biscuits saw a car today, she went, ah! And every time she saw like a boombox, she went, ah! And so it was a lot of, but now she's cool. She's good with it now. She's adapted quickly.
So Princess Biscuits makes her, debut stroll onto the beach in full 1800s bathing suit, ready to take on the day. How do you think the rest of you are getting there? Do anyone think you'd be next to get to the beach? Do you think you just slept on the beach?
I feel like Avery woke up on the beach.
Okay.
Like, he wakes, kind of this thing, and it's like, cool, all right.
No one's aroused you.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I was gonna say no one aroused you to do hair and makeup, but maybe this person approaching you right now is hair and makeup team.
This is some method shit. What's that, little girl?
Are you a hobo? I'm a little girl. I'm 21 years old. She is 4 feet tall. Like she looks like a little girl. What you doing sleeping on the beach?
Well, it was a nice night last night. I had a few drinks. And sometimes it's just nice to sleep on the. It's nice to sleep on the beach. You wake up to this beautiful thing, and and Avery is dressed. The only thing he has on are like the bright red board shorts, kind of thing, with a little white tie and a little white stripe down the side.
Biscuits is drinking it in,
and he kind of slips his glasses back on. You seen the director?
Director? What's a like for a motion picture?
Yeah, you know the director.
From the Nickelodeon shows where they played. No, I don't know that there was one, but
Nickelodeon. I remember that from when I was like, no. Say no Nickelodeon. You watching SpongeBob or something?
who's
What am I thinking?
SpongeBob?
Speaking of SpongeBob,
Like Fling walks out of the water from under where SpongeBob lives.
Who lives with two seashells under the sea, fleeing.
well, I was gonna say at this point he's probably been here for a little bit.
Mhm.
At which point he's already made friend with a stoner on the beach, and through a friendly game of gambling that he managed to win, he's now the proud owner of what did I say it was those it's the it's the large vans that people drive around that like the
panel
mystery
vans?
van.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but instead of saying like mystery van on the side, he took the time to basically took all that holographic material, on those little spinning discs he would do, and he just put that on there. So every time he's just driving, his whole van lights up and changes colors. It's a massive distraction on the road.
It
Are you
sounds
saying you just
horrific.
painted it in chrome?
Yes.
Oh,
Just
I thought you
like,
made a
it
mobile
should-
disco ball.
no, well, kind of. So it's just all the shiny reflective material on it. So as he's driving, just all that sunlight's reflecting, making different colors.
Like it's like the underside of a CD.
Yes.
Yeah. That's where
Just
my brain went. Yeah.
As he's driving. And as he's driving, he's gonna pull up to the parking spot because I picked clumsy as my quirk, he basically like parks and hits the bulletin board, knocking it down. Pops his head out. You're gonna need a bigger board. Eh. Just rolls up window. Steps out wearing like 70s high platform shoes that he found in the truck so that he could drive. Pops them off. And goes onto the beach. Like, it's not slow motion. He's just running slow.
So you're not
Everybody's
already
like-
utilizing your slow-mo quirk. Got it.
Ah,
Everybody's like standing at this point, looking down at Biscuits and Fling, just like,
like, he's reached them, but he's just out of breath, going like, desk jobs suck. I'm gonna puke.
Biscuits is staring at you with her mouth agape, and she says, "Oh my god, you never told me what was your word."
Oh my god! You talk like an old lady.
What? I'm very mature for my age. What's your name, please?
My name's Fling, the lucky one.
I'm Princess Biscuits.
Oh, your majesty.
Yes, thank you. And what about you, handsome?
oh, me? Oh, I'm Avery.
I already met Fling, so I must mean you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Why are you talking to this hobo?
I don't know. He was asleep on the beach, and he said he just had too much to drink, and I can relate to that. So I just met him for the first time. What's your name is, feller?
Avery.
Very what?
You don't recognize me?
He's
you
a very
Avery-
recognizable person.
Come on,
You
Avery
ever been to
Scarlet.
Amarillo?
I've been to Amarillo. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I probably know.
I
you
like
from
Austin
there.
better though. Austin's way more fun.
Austin, that place is a shithole. Amarillo is the best one. Ever since they changed it, the name of it used to be Ragtown, and then they changed it when all the railroads came in.
Really?
David, if you want to join in on walk into this
Anytime, please
conversation,
interrupt
feel
us.
free.
I would like to start walking down the beach and approaching the driver of this very shiny chrome van.
It hurts to look at.
Hey,
Yeah.
is that your Mac?
Huh? Like, he just turns and stares at it and just, like, it just seems like the glare is not even affecting him, even though he doesn't have sunglasses on.
Yeah, that whatever company that came from. Is that your Mac?
They called it a van. No. Toyota? Something like
Toyota.
that.
Are they
Yeah.
new?
Well, it's new to me.
It's
Must
a
be
the
real
call
shiny
sign.
wagon.
Can you let me know where to get my hands on one of those?
Yeah, I got it off of my friend.
That thing is huge. You could probably store 30, 40 deer carcasses in there.
Oh,
I
that
fe- I
thing's
feel like-
small. Do they got bigger ones?
Like a fly comes into his mouth and then flies out.
I feel like at this point,
Probably.
Avery like kind of steps in front of Fling and kind of leans on the van. Oh, hey. I know where you could probably get one of these. What's your name?
Morrow. I'm a lancer without a mech, so I.
Oh,
I don't know what none of them words mean.
Morrow. Well, Morrow, I'm Avery.
Hey, hobo, hands
But,
off the
you know-
merchandise.
If you
like-
wanted,
Hey.
you could call me Daddy if you want.
Hey, Daddy, hands off the merchandise. That's my van.
Hold on, stop,
Okay.
stop everything. Are you in the market to be a daddy for someone?
I'm sorry,
Because-
little girl, but we'll
trying to
find your
track
daddy
down-
someplace.
Well, no, I'm trying to track down my daddy. Have you ever visited a brothel called the Witch's Cauldron?
I wouldn't be able to tell you if I had. We don't talk
Okay,
about that.
so
kind of
maybe
thing.
yes.
Was that the
Guys,
place on Fifth
hi.
and Main?
No, that was the place on the end of the street in Amarillo. And that's where my mama worked, Leaky Annie.
I never went to Amarillo, but I went to Sarsaparilla.
That a Frank. You silly Frank. I love it.
Look, Mr. Avery. Anyone know where I can get my hands on a mech?
I don't even know what one of them is. Anyone know where I can get my
Are
hands on
any
a
of you
rifle?
pilots?
You know what? I know some people. Like, man, I can make some calls. I can get you anything you want. Huh?
Oh,
Can you get me a swordbacker?
I know what you need. It's in my van.
Sure. I don't know what that is, but I can figure it out.
Bling jumps
Okay,
into the back of
fine.
his van, goes digging through the garbage, comes back out with like a Gundam VHS thing. It's like, here you go.
What the hell is that book?
Why is it so small?
It's called Animu.
Like a cat?
Anime.
Is that a cassette tape, man? That's vintage.
What the hell is going on
You
around
could get some
here?
serious bucks for that.
Can it get bigger?
He pulls out the VHS tape. Yeah, look, it's stretchy.
Oh,
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 Okay.
that was like a collector's item, man.
Oh,
This has
here-
been
here you go.
fun. None of you are helpful.
I'm very helpful.
So
I just don't know what the hell you're talking about.
as this conversation is happening, the lifeguard tower that's closest to all of you, after a while, you will notice that there is literally a David Hasselhoff type guy, kind of starting to, like, he kind of comes out from like the shaded part of the tower and kind of is just like pacing back and forth, kind of looking like he's looking for something. Maybe his lifeguards, but you know, y'all are like invested in conversation, so
I'm
that's just happening in the
technically-
background.
He might see me because I'm technically passed out on the beach because I haven't gotten up yet.
Okay, well then, yeah. So you are going to have this man come up to you. He's gonna kind of like do the thing where he like goes out and he does the pause and scans the beach and is kind of looking around. He's looking for something in the distance. He's thinking he's, you know, gonna see someone already drowning at this early hour of the morning. So he doesn't see you right away because he's kind of looking out into the horizon like a trained lifeguard. And then after a while, he kind of looks down like he's about to turn around, and that's when he realizes, like, oh. And he will make his way over to you and kind of just like put his hand on your shoulders, be like, ma'am, ma'am, are you okay?
Oh god, it's right. Oh, why is it so bright? Did we fix the problem?
Oh,
Who are you?
what problem? He's gonna kind of like sidestep to see if he can like block the sun, but he's gonna only do it with his head, so he has to like talk at a weird angle like this to like try to block the sun from going
Okay.
directly into your face. And he's gonna be like, "What problem are you having? Is everything all right?"
It was perpetual darkness, but you know, hooray!
Oh, that's just night. That's just nighttime. It turns day too. You know, it's not always that dark out.
Sure. It's really bright though. Okay, give me a second. And she
And
just
he'll
like does the rapid blink to try and acclimate.
sure he'll have a pair of sunglasses that are kind of like you know how people sometimes like put it on their shirt, kind of like not
Mhm.
clip it, but like put it like one of the arms like into their shirt. He has it kind of like on the like
Tucking his
hanging out like his
pants.
pocket kind of thing.
And
So
Just his
he'll hand them out and
emergency
he'll be like,
sunglasses.
They're
yeah,
backup
like
pairs.
you never know.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's one thing that lifeguards in Baywatch will probably always just have on
Oh yeah,
recycle here.
absolutely.
You know,
Mhm.
and he'll hand them to you and be like, "Are you hungover? I think you got. Do you have a place
Make
to
him
call
look for
home?
one.
Do we gotta? Do we have someone we can call to get you home? Are you good?"
Are we are we on the East Coast?
Oh, you must have had a crazy drinking night last night. No, we're in sunny Sunset Hills, California. West Coast. Listen, he reaches out his arm to try to help you up.
She'll take it.
Okay. He
And
kind of
I'm
like
super
tries to
confused.
pull you up in like one big swift motion.
Whoa!
Unless you're like dead weighting it and you're just like
No, not dead waiting it. She's just
Okay.
she's surprised by the strength, I think, at that point.
Yeah, he'll absolutely just kind of pull you up and be like, "My name's Eric. Is there anyone I can call? Are you okay? You need anything?"
I think I just need to get my bearings. And she's just like she's taking in the surrounding area, trying to like piece together what happened. Cause like, yeah, the terrain doesn't match where she was. Cause she was in a landlocked area. So she's just kind of like, I'm just gonna walk it off. Just gonna walk it off. It's fine. It's fine.
All right. Well, I hate to ask you a question or for a favor when you're kind of like this, but I'm supposed to be looking for my new recruits for lifeguarding. If you see them on your walk, can you have them come my way?
Do you know what
Is-
they look like or names or anything? Like,
He'll pull out. He hasn't gone in the water yet this morning, so he can pull them out from his swim trunks. And he reads out names. He's like, "Well, let's see. Looks like we got a Marl, Fling the lucky one. Just gonna call him Fling. Let's see, Princess Biscuits.
Mhm.
I wonder if they're getting these names from like lifeguarding school or something like that, like having a cool code name or something.
I think I know a name, but not a person. I don't know.
We
It's a
got
better name than Mitch.
oh, it's a better name than what?
Mitch.
Mitch.
Listen, I had to stop myself from just being lazy and being like, no, it's Mitch. I already called him a David Hasselhoff type. I couldn't actually make him Mitch.
Right.
And then let's see, Avery Scarlet. Yep, okay. And the last one on here is Maeve. Don't.
That's me. I didn't know I was gonna be lifeguarding, but I mean, I am kind of good at healing people, so lifeguarding. I guess I'm protecting people. I'm okay with that. I can do that.
Yeah.
Do you want me to
Listen, take 5, go for a walk, make sure you're sober, I guess, oriented to the environment of the day, because there's a lot of stuff that lands on being a lifeguard. We got to make sure you're alert.
Yeah, I can do that. Let me just take a quick little walk around. If I see any other people, I'll let you know, or I'll let them know, I guess.
All right, I'm
Cool.
just gonna be up here watching the beach.
Question is
We all hide.
Is the lifeguard visible from where we're at
Yeah.
by my van?
Yes, if any of you are actually looking in that direction.
Can I?
Absolutely not.
Because Avery's still leaning on my van, correct?
Yes.
All right. Well, he's gonna look over, see the guy with the whistle, and immediately assume that's the authorities figure because that's what whistles are for. And he's gonna go over there and say, sir, I need to report something. There is a very important hobo who refuses to get off my van.
Oh yeah. Okay. He kind of grabs his whistle and kind of like does the thing that lifeguards do where they kind of just like have it like hanging on their lip. And he'll kind of like go down the ramp of the tower and be like, "Can you lead me to this guy?"
Yeah, it's right over there, like points. And I'm sure for Maeve looks, and it's just the shiniest van you've ever seen, just reflecting in the light.
She'll notice the van, but she more notices you instead, and will come up and actually like crouch down a little bit and go, "How much booze do I need to pay you to stay here and help me?"
Yes.
Shit. Okay. Can I like promise you some, and then when I get you some, we'll get some more? How's that sound?
I don't really drink, but I will take yes.
What? Wait. What do you mean you don't drink?
Well, I drive now, so I'm not allowed to
your whole
drink.
culture's currency is alcohol. What do you mean you don't drink?
I find that racist.
And she just kind of like wanders over
You?
towards the van.
You need
Dumbfounded.
help, so you can pay me
I
in smiles. Smile.
She smiles and she has canine fangs.
Yeah, there you go. All right. What do you need help with?
And you're a goblin. I know goblins from where I'm from, but I've never met a goblin that doesn't drink. That's new.
Eric has started walking ahead of you. Kind of hears the conversation about drinking, kind of just makes some kind of offhand comment about like new recruits, and is trying to go and resolve the issue with the hobo leaning on your van.
A very important hobo, I think is what we discussed.
VIH.
As
So-
Eric-
Avery, important hobo.
Oh,
Thank you.
Yes.
as Eric is
So
approaching
is-
next up-
So is
Go ahead,
Princess
go ahead.
Biscuits like is that like a stage name or something?
Biscuits has lit up a cigarette and is just sort of standing there smoking. And she's like,
What was your question about my name?
Is that like a stage name or something? Or
No,
Is it like
but
a-
I have been on the stage. But no, it's a title. I won it at a county fair biscuit eating contest under 5 division. And my mama didn't remember my birth name. And so it just kind of stuck.
That's really sad.
Why? I get free biscuits.
Who eats biscuits? That's weird.
I do.
and she reaches into her pocket, pulls out a sample tin of Medley Baking Company biscuits. And
Just
she
to be
goes,
clear, did you land in the water or did you land on the beach when you got teleported?
she
here?
landed on the beach.
Okay, cool. Because I was
Um,
about
but-
to ask if
Doggy
you.
biscuits.
if
But
you're
this
gonna be
tin
mushing.
would be pretty waterproof.
That's right, I forgot
um,
about they're a tin.
they're in a tin. They're in an enameled tin, and she holds them up to you. And there's a picture of her on the cover, like Wendy from the restaurant Wendy's. And she just sort of holds it out and says,
Here, have a sample. They own my likeness in perpetuity ever since I won the contest, so I gotta hand out samples. Oh, and I gotta sing the jingle. Medley Baking Company biscuits, the biscuits with biscuits on the box. There you go.
You're like
me
a
a copyrighted for
spokesperson.
"Could get dinged."
Oh, gotcha.
You open it up, and it's just like
Cool.
dry, like crumbly cookie type biscuits. Yeah.
That's
Maeve-
that's
Maeve
cool. I
reached-
want to diet.
Maeve will reach in and grab
Oh.
one.
There you go.
Princess Biscuits now notices Maeve for the first time, and then imitates what she saw Avery do, and she leans against the van
Oh, now there's another one.
Oh,
and like tilts her glasses down slow motion like an 80s movie at Maeve. And she's
So
like,
if
Hey,
Maeve-
good looking. What you doing here?
if Maeve is already there, then Eric has probably for the last few minutes been trying to find the right opportunity to interrupt this conversation that's happening.
Yeah.
To
yeah, he had to
try
wait till the end of
say
my sales
something,
pitch.
and
Yeah.
then sees another person also leaning on the car, and
I mean,
Is-
it's okay if she does it. She's royalty.
As Eric is approaching, is he shirtless?
That's right.
Huh?
Is he shirtless?
Absolutely, he is. It's
Okay.
Baywatch.
Marl's
What
gonna
happened
lean
to all
back.
y'all's clothes?
I'm shirtless too.
Marl's
Yeah,
gonna
we
lean
know.
back. She's gonna cross her arms in a way that kind of pushes everything up a little bit. She's gonna start leaning against the van herself. She's gonna flip off her
Jesus.
sunglasses, and as they approach her, she's gonna go, "You look like a man with a Mac."
I'm gonna have to start charging.
Mech,
Hi, I'm
maybe I heard you wrong?
Marl Lancer.
Eric Buchanan. Good to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Well, that's one you were looking for.
Huh?
Princess
Oh, are
Biscuits was
you-
one you were
I'm
looking
Princess
for. I think
Biscuits.
this is your group.
Are all of you here to be new recruits for lifeguards?
I mean, if you need me to be.
If the choice is between that or being swallowed up by a monster, I'd rather be a lifeguard.
I have no idea what's going
Yeah,
on.
that
I
was,
cannot
that was the
argue with that
casting call.
logic.
We're gonna talk later.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you take me out to dinner. We can have a nice conversation.
So I think I found my recruits. Was there supposed to be a hobo mixed into this too? I'm not
Yeah,
really
Oh, that's
sure.
him.
It's right here.
Points at Avery.
It's Avery. It's Avery, important hobo.
He were asleep on the beach like a drifter.
He started this whole trend about everybody leaning on my van.
He's fallen on hard times.
I'm not leaning on your. You call it a van? Was that a kid? What is that?
That's a wagon.
It is a
Toyota.
it is a Toyota.
When are you gonna get a real Yota?
It's just some shitty 80s van, man.
Yeah, this model's kind of out of date, but
Yeah, but how many horses does it need to move?
Well,
'Cause I don't see
Wait,
any.
so
Yeah.
this model
I
is
mean-
out of date?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
assume
something-
that I'm gonna
something
assume
like
that
this
Eric
isn't-
knows something about cars and can say actual horsepower,
That's gonna,
Okay.
and it's gonna
Jose,
be a
yeah, no,
number
this thing doesn't
that is
have
gonna
much
be
horsepower.
shocking when you think of actual
Yeah,
horses
yeah, as soon
versus
as he says it,
horsepower.
Like that's way too many. What is it?
God, it
solid
must be
men?
so expensive to feed all them horses.
Maeve's
man, you
making a
couldn't even
circle
get this
around the
thing up
van.
to like 80.
I go with me.
I tried
Okay.
I tried looking under the hood. There's no horses.
Y'all are still
No.
like, if y'all are still talking, he's gonna eventually just do the thing where he does the whistle and be like, recruits.
Oh, that's us.
Listen,
I run in slow
Seems-
motion back to the front of the van.
For like the 2 steps.
Ah, okay, I'm here.
listen. Seems like I'm just gonna hope that all of you are gonna be able to figure out your differences of whatever a hobo card leaning horse. Anyway,
Mhm.
happy to have you as new recruits. All right. Gotta lay
Happy
down
to
some
be
ground
here.
rules. Gotta prepare you for the day. Y'all
Fling the
wanna
lucky
come
one.
up and, huh?
I'm Fling, the lucky one.
Yep, that's on my list. He does the little check mark, but he doesn't have a pen, so he's literally just like, "Yep, got that."
He has an invisible pen.
Well,
Future.
so let's see. So we got Marl, Maeve, Avery, Fling, Princess
Biscuits.
Biscuits.
You can just call me Biscuits if you want. Or Your Majesty.
Well, here, let me show you guys around the place really fast. I had the early morning shift, so I'm gonna have to, run after this, but gotta run you through the day, and you can get started, or I have faith in you guys.
Yeah, you do. And we have faith in the Swamp Queen.
And he's gonna start walking back towards the tower and expect all of you to follow. Doesn't really
Okay.
look behind him to see if you're following. Just
Biscuits lights another
Definitely
cigarette and
following.
follows.
Like
So-
once everyone starts to follow, like Flings hangs back, takes off his swim shorts so he can buff out the car real quick, just butt naked, puts it back on, continues.
Sounds about right.
I mean, Avery will follow Mar also.
Okay. Oh, we already got a little triangle going here, I see.
That is in theme to
Awesome.
Baywatch.
Love it. Yeah, it
Fair.
totally is.
I think
So
something that sorry, real quick, something as Maeve is walking into the tower, she realizes Princess Biscuit said a thing about where are all your clothes at? And then
Mhm.
she looks down and realizes she's not in the 1800s onesie bathing suit. And just kind of has a mild like panic.
What's wrong? Oh yeah, using your underpants.
She's gonna look for something to like tie around her waist in the shack.
A beach towel.
Look, anything, because she should be in what Princess Biscuits is wearing, but it
I think
didn't do
Biscuits
that when
sees
she
like a
came
beach
over.
towel lying on the beach or hanging up to dry and runs over and grabs it and brings it back to her
Thank you so much.
and says,
Here you go. We gotta maintain decency. All these fellas walking around with their shirts off and their nipples made out of starfish.
This one's name is Patrick.
Patrick stars become.
It's one is SpongeBob.
You
I
just
found
gave him SpongeBob, but he looks like a star.
Yeah,
interesting.
basically the whole scene
Bold
from
choice.
the SpongeBob movie with David Hasselhoff. That was just Fling.
Oh God. My brain. Anyway.
So Eric is basically trying to look as like professional as possible. He's doing the thing where he
Good
kind of
luck,
has
Eric.
like he's up on the tower, like has his hands on like the banister, has his legs kind of spread a little bit just to like do like the stance, like he's like really seriously taking on the day. And I guess I should ask you, do all of you wait below, like in the like kind of where he's looking down at you, or do all of you just assume like, okay, we're going?
Biscuits
I'm
goes
joining
up
him.
the ramp.
He said follow him,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and so
Right,
we are
that's fair,
following him.
That's fair.
Yes.
And I'm
She goes
up the
standing
ramp,
constantly
Mhm. She
by
goes
his
up the ramp
side,
and
Avery-
so I know what I'm doing.
Because he is totally the vibe of guy that would sit there and love to be able to feel like he's like in this tall tower, like recruits.
No.
But
No,
No,
Biscuits just
Avery will
barges up
follow
the
him.
ramp. Yep.
And
It
it's
says,
like,
yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Don.
Well, she's just gonna say,
This is a real nice house. Is this your house? Do you live here?
it's like 10 square feet.
It's bigger than my house.
She starts poking around, opening drawers.
Maeve is going inside too. She's getting out of the sun. Like it's too bright. Nope.
Avery is mimicking this guy. Like,
Of course he is.
come up, kind of, on the rail the exact same way, kind of look at him, adjust a little bit. Kind of like when an actor is like following somebody who does the things for real life, and he's like trying to learn how to do
Shadowing
it.
him.
oh, you're
Yep.
Absolutely.
Like I said
he's
before,
gonna
it's
he's
okay.
gonna like see you kind of following and like do the thing where he kind of like gets even more like upright and kind of like flexes a little bit because he's like trying to like think you're like trying to one up him or something. But then everyone else is just like already inside the tower, so he's gonna do that and then kind of be like, oh right, listen everybody, listen everybody.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm
sorry.
listening.
Sorry, teacher.
I assume like all of you were like sitting there with like drawers and stuff. All right. Seems like a lot of you are new here. I get it. I was a new recruit one day. It's a long time ago. Wow. Grown a lot since then. But all of you are new recruits. You get to do the dream. You get to be a lifeguard on Sunset Hills Beach. It's great. You get to just be the hero of the beach. Only thing I will say, we do have to legally say that if you see any of the missing people from the posters that you've probably seen around, just keep an eye out for them. If they were last seen on the beach, hopefully they're just here somewhere and they were just drunk for a few days. I, at the end of the day, what really matters is sitting there and getting those people out of the water if they need help. Especially if there's a shark attack or something like that. That gets you some real points.
So-
Biscuits like grabs a piece of paper and a pencil off of the desk in the lifeguard hut shack thing, and she just jumps right into her detective role, and she goes,
When these people start going missing?
been a few months.
Has it been consistent? Has the pace of it lessened any, or has it increased?
Some days there's nothing, some days there's one, and there's not on my watch, but some days there's been a few. It's hopefully all of you have more wide eyes than my other other coworkers.
What happened to them?
Oh, nothing. They missed people going missing on their shift. That's I would,
They got fired.
clearly they weren't watching the beach as well as I was. They listen, I gotta say, we need lifeguards around here. All right? The people that we can keep around, we keep. Which is how all of you lovely people got jobs.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I was gonna say, being a goblin and him talking to everyone, I've already scrounged this entire room.
Okay.
So he's gonna put the
So-
flare gun on the desk and say, "If we're heroes, can I have this?"
I mean, if there's like to keep, no. You can.
Can I
you
use
can-
it?
If there's an emergency and you need to alert someone to your surroundings, then yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wait. When we gonna
It's
match?
already outside, just going.
Okay.
Not firing
now
it yet.
We need to pump the brakes for a hot second. Miss Merle, when you say a mech, what the hell is you talking about? Because
My
none of us
mech.
here knows what that is.
Okay, well, I don't know how I got assigned with a bunch of non-lancers, but yeah, we need a mech. It's our machine, our weaponry. Step into it, pilot it, blow some shit
a
up.
machine.
So you
Like
mean
like
steam
an
power?
oil derrick.
Oil
Or
derrick
a
and steam power,
locomotive
yeah?
train. Yeah.
Back on ancient Earth, they were like robots, but we pilot them. We drive
Ancient Earth?
them.
Okay. I'm starting to
Oh.
think something funny is
Okay.
happening here.
Yeah,
I
so
will. I
need
will
some
say
special
that
requests.
robots don't do well with water. That's one thing I do know.
Well, mine did. Mine also had 4 flex mounts and a heavy mount, so 4 non-loading and 1 non-loading and 4 loading. So can
I
I
don't
put
know
that
what that
request in?
means.
I'm really
You
familiar
know-
with the IPSN ones.
You know what I can give you? Here, one second. This is special, okay? He'll go
Okay.
around, he'll rustle in one of the drawers that has already been rustled through,
Just for me.
and pick up like a nice metal whistle. Not the plastic one, like a
Ooh.
nice metal whistle.
Is
A mech.
And he's like, listen, whatever you want to do in your spare time, go for it. But this is the most, not the most chrome on the beach anymore, actually. Thinking of back to that. But this is a good one. It'll make you feel high tech, I think.
is already back from outside. Says, grabs the whistle and says, "Thank you."
Hey, you give that back fucking now.
Hey,
It's mine.
don't worry, Miss
She goes to
Marvel.
instinctively reach for a gun that's not there.
Well,
I have it.
Don't,
We're
Don't
all
worry,
thankful
Miss
for that
Marvel.
now.
Hey, you
we'll
know what?
get you back to being a train conductor real soon.
I am not. What? Where are you people from?
Amarillo.
I was wondering the same thing, but here's the thing. I gotta go.
Oh,
So
I live in a pineapple under the
life
sea.
preserves over there, spare beach towels over there, the
Where's
fancy,
the-
what are the names of the fancy one, like the fancy life preserves that they carry around in
Oh,
Baywatch?
those buoy
Oh.
ones?
Yeah.
Ones that
Yeah,
look like
yeah.
like a
Yeah,
tube.
just he'll like hand each of you one of those. Like, you all went to lifeguarding training. Like, you know the drill. You know, if
Yeah, of course.
some kids crying, usually we end up kind of helping them out. If you see somebody drowning, you go grab them from the water with these. Yell at people if they have frisbees and stuff outside of the, closer to the water. We don't want that. We have volleyball over there, but like too close to the water, that's dangerous. Okay.
Mr. Teacher,
Okay.
Mr.
All right.
Teacher.
Name's Eric, but yes, biscuits.
Yes. Where do you keep the whiskey?
All of you want to drink on the job.
You know what's wrong with that? It gives you brain
Listen,
power.
listen, we don't have any whiskey, okay? If you want like snacks, you can go to the snack shack over there.
Is gone again.
It probably doesn't open for another hour or so.
Oh,
Eric, I got a follow-up question to that. Where is a good place to get a drink around here?
Well, after hours.
Yeah, of
After
course.
hours.
nice.
There's a cool place called the Rusty Surfboard.
Rusty surfboard. So, let's say after hours, you and I head over there for a drink later.
Yeah, and me too.
I don't know you.
And maybe Maeve can come. Maybe
I
I
know.
go to
How
somewhere
about
with
okay?
us.
All right, this is getting a
I
little.
mean, I'm pretty
God.
sure little girl they ain't gonna serve drinks to you, honey. I'm sorry.
You know,
Well, you're a hobo, so
She can bar, she can drink. That's the normal rule.
yeah, that's right.
It's
You know
cool,
what?
Your Majesty. Maeve pays and drinks.
Ooh.
Well,
okay.
Since
Oh,
he's
we'll-
not going to
we'll
take
all-
them, sure.
we'll all get together for
Great.
lifeguard drinks one of these days,
Yeah,
all right?
lifeguard drinks.
I gotta go though, all right?
Hi,
He's
Mr.
kind of
Teacher.
just like backing off down that little ramp thing and kind of heading out.
Just,
Like, you guys got
back away,
this.
hands up slowly, like, nope, you guys got it. Just backing away.
That feller missing his shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Princess
bad, though.
Biscuits, was it?
Yes, Moral Lancer.
Marlboro, actually. And you are the worst wingman alive. Jeez.
I'm not a man at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know about wings except the kind that's on birds.
Okay.
Buffaloes
Um,
have them.
No, they
Oh,
won't.
I'm sorry. Was you trying to have relations with him?
Oh God.
We can make that
Hey,
happen.
hey,
You know what?
hey.
We can all just
It's.
back it up a little bit.
I mean, don't worry about him. He's obviously gay anyway. So. you
Oh,
know.
really? Okay.
He did, well, I don't know. He looked a little leery, not gay. So
I'm paying
Why don't we
attention.
all address?
They didn't
Why
seem
none
happy
of
to me
you-
at all.
Why don't we all
Sorry,
address why
Tyler.
none of you know what the hell I'm talking about? Where the hell are you guys from?
Because you're crazy.
not here.
Yeah.
I just say it like
I'm
I see it.
originally from
Not all I
Newark.
got.
What do you guys do?
I'm from Amarillo, Texas, and mostly shooting and hunting, and then
wait,
also
wait.
I am the spokesperson for biscuits. You know.
Shooting and hunting. Okay, we can get somewhere. All right, what do you equip?
I'm also a busybody. I like to get.
You are a lot of things. Okay. You got yourself some guns?
I got this. Holds up the flare
Mm.
gun.
As y'all are talking, by the way, just the beach is going to start slowly filling up with the morning crowd. But continue your banter.
All right. I think tensions are high. We should all sit down and have a little powwow. We're gonna talk it out.
You know, I'm thinking it's probably time to get the movie going and stuff. You know, we gotta actually. I don't think people are gonna be paying to watch.
Because I was gonna
You
share
know,
this.
so, hey.
I was gonna share the herbs my friend gave me. He pulls out a bag of weed.
Yeah, no, and and Avery, he's got the little life board thing like up on the shoulder and kind of the stereotypical thing, and he grabs a key ring off the desk and
Wait,
yeah, I'm gonna go.
you know about movies?
Why does no one around here recognize me?
So like back in my Lancer universe, Marl was like to collect things like remnants of ancient Earth, like pop culture thing, like figurines and little like knickknacks she found in places. Can she have some of those on her person as like she's back in this universe, or?
Sure. Yeah. If I think some of you have like bags and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if you want to have like some stuff in your bag, absolutely.
Okay. She is going to pull out a like flattened VHS slipcase of the 1997 John Woo film Hard Target starring Jean-Claude Van Damme. She's gonna like throw it in your face. Do you know this man?
Oh, yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah, everybody knows Jean-Claude.
You know him?
I mean, we had drinks once. I wouldn't say, we're not like close or anything like that, but he's mostly retired at this point. But he came,
Why is
what?
he
He
doing the
came
splits
on
with his
as an
legs like that?
advisor actually for Murder Mansion Massacre 3. And yeah, I mean he's a cool guy.
So this is 19 what year is this?
1893.
Shit.
It's
Probably
2021.
Are there binoculars here, by the way?
What?
Absolutely, there's binoculars. Yeah.
Continue.
Actually, if you are gonna be looking through those, do you want to make me the first roll of the game?
Sure.
Do you
Yeah.
want to roll me a crafty with a difficulty of 5? So,
Oh.
friendly reminder. So you get one die automatically. Is your character crafty?
Yes.
Okay, so
yeah.
you get a second die. And then if you have any reason why you think your role, like your lifeguarding role, would help you be able to like be, like could be used to see things while you're using the binoculars, then you can use a third die. And the goal is to get above a 5.
Like in total?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least one die that's above a 5.
Okay. Justification for an extra die is using a lifeguard. Well, he told me if anybody's looking like they're in trouble to help out. Does that count?
I mean, yeah, he did tell you to be alert, and you are the only one looking through binoculars.
It's weird that the ADHD goblin is the only one paying attention.
Okay. It was a 1 and a 2, and then the last one was a 5.
Good. Okay. So you're scanning the beach, and you're hearing your fellow lifeguards kind of bickering in the background as you're scrolling around. The beach has filled up pretty quickly. People are kind of trying to get in really fast, try to get the best spots, try to claim their part of the wave, so they're hopefully not trying to fight other people to get the perfect wave when they're going out there. And it's pretty early in the morning, but you do end up just seeing in the distance somebody that looks like they're kind of bobbing up and down, like the classic, like kind of raising their arms in the air and trying to kind of wave, like flail wildly. You see another surfer kind of nearby, but it doesn't really seem like he's noticed, maybe?
Are this like a clear sign to anyone around that is in need of help?
Pretty frantic. So it probably, unless like you think that person seems like they might be under a little bit of distress, just based on just like flailing arms, trying to get someone's attention kind of vibe.
Like at first Fling sees it, and then he waves thinking they're waving, and then notice that they're not stopping, and he's like, wait a minute. Goes for the whistle, realized he already gave it back. It's like, whistle!
There are a bunch of plastic whistles if you do want to grab
Whistle!
one of
We all grab
those.
one.
Or you just yell whistle. Okay.
Whistle what?
What are you doing?
Then someone Someone's struggling over there.
What?
Marl
Let me
begin
see.
to rush out.
Oh shit! First action
Biscuits
scene.
grabs the binoculars that are still tied around Fling's neck and yanks them and looks.
It takes you a few seconds to kind of navigate where they're pointing, but luckily Fling is at least
You're-
pointing in the general direction.
Oh,
No,
the
no,
person
left.
with-
No, left. No, you're left.
Oh.
No, the other left.
Oh, no, I got him. The person with their arms flailing like they're about to die.
Yeah, like the one that's waving, but they.
Let's go.
The
She
person with
drops it.
arms flailing that are about to die. Yes, those ones.
And
That
So-
one.
Biscuits catches up to the others so they can all run in slow motion together.
So Avery
Wait,
She
oh,
runs
wait,
full
wait.
speed until she
To
gets to
be-
the other.
Quick,
To be
quick.
very clear, are all of you running slow motion? Because
No.
that would actually slow you down, and you'd have a harder roll to get
I
to
was-
them.
Oh, that's
My
No.
first question was, if we were going into a slow motion, was Princess Biscuit still holding onto the binoculars that are around Flink's neck?
You know what? Yes. Yeah, she's still got him in a death grip and dragging Fling behind her.
So you're gonna have to keep pace or kind of slip out of the the
It's
binoculars.
just like,
and then-
oh yeah, woo!
Maeve is staying.
I'm
in town.
lifeguarding.
Okay.
If they're
Um,
running slow motion, I'll run slow motion.
We will have an aesthetic slow motion,
Okay.
but you will actually get, we'll have somebody we'll have somebody roll a agility difficulty 5 for actually
I will-
running, but we're gonna have it be like the camera is panning slow-mo so all of you can have that like cool first moment. We can actually, whoever wants to roll
Me.
agility 5.
I will,
So
I will
yeah,
totally do that. So
and again,
Go forward, a very hobo.
you automatically get 1.
A very
If
important.
you
hobo.
chose agile as your skill, then you get a
Mhm.
second die.
Yeah,
And
I think
if you can justify.
because so his role is rookie, so he is looking to make himself look good in front of everybody else and show that this is why I got chosen for this role.
Not looking to save a life, just looking to look good at doing
I like
it.
that his motivation for why he gets the
Yeah.
extra die is his ego will not allow him to have less.
Fair.
You said 5.
Yeah, 5 difficult.
So
So
I got
5.
I got a 5, a 4, and a 1.
Nice. Did anyone else want to roll, or are we gonna go with a full slow-mo?
We're gonna, go with a full slow mo. Marl's wearing a black bikini top. She's gonna start to rip off her gloves and toss them into the stand. And she usually has her hair in a bun. She's gonna, as she's walking, she's gonna pull her bun out and like wave her hair in the
Oh,
air
yeah.
as she's going.
Sick.
There's definitely a moment as they're running, as Marl is doing this, that Avery kind of goes like this. Shit.
And then Focus pulls ahead of the crowd in slow-mo, but still faster slow-mo than the rest.
It's also just a slow mo of Princess Biscuits running with the binoculars and Fling just being like behind.
LC
Alright.
wants me to spend a villain point to make Avery fall.
We gotta save lives, y'all.
That's not what villain
Marl's
points are
there.
for.
She got this taken care of.
Biscuits knows that her strengths are not in her physical prowess, so she's going to let Avery be the one who dives in to save this person. She's just going to stand on the beach and watch through Fling's binoculars.
I'm not gonna use a villain point right now, but there is going to be another roll to actually swim out. So I will use a villain point to make that a, let's see. I guess it depends on how you want to approach it. So if you want to be agile, you're trying to swim as fast as possible. If you're trying to use brawn, you're kind of trying to use your muscle and kind of describe it, like flavor it how you want, but basically make a roll to try to get to this person that's been drowning for a little while now. So just maybe succeed. But I'm gonna use a villain point to make it difficulty 6.
X.
Uh,
At least did you take the buoy with you for the extra dice?
Yeah, I still have my whatever that thing's
Your-
called.
Your orange club.
Yeah,
You hurt somebody.
I mean, in a pinch. Is there anything I can do?
You gotta find out what those are called.
I'm looking right now.
Thank you.
Oh,
So another thing you can do is if you'd like to already be using luck, you can use one luck to justify how your perk could help you here.
No, because I didn't bring it because we ran instead.
I left my boombox at the shed so I wouldn't get it wet.
I forgot that most of you have tech things.
Yes.
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, it's just straight, I guess.
Yeah,
Just,
mine is gonna be
just a
straight.
rescue buoy. There's no
Just a
special
rescue
name
buoy.
for it.
Okay.
Just
Yeah,
rescue buoy.
yeah. So I got agile.
There must be a
Um,
nickname.
There's
I mean,
not.
I think I still have 3 dice, but yeah, 6
Yeah.
difficulty,
Yep.
2 6s, and a 4.
Nice.
So
Craps.
that I believe this game calls that an exceptional success.
Hell yeah.
And I need to make sure I remember what exactly that means if that does anything extra for you.
I feel like when you pull
Um,
them out of the water, you're gonna go, okay, did we get the shot? Who's got the camera? Like,
Do we need
Absolutely.
to do a double take? Pushes him back in the water.
Oh, okay. So exceptional success means the referee grants an extra benefit. So your choice, because you rolled an exceptional success, would you like to get that person and not have to roll to also bring them back to shore? Or would you like somebody to have had the foresight to bring out a camera and videotape you doing this so you have it forever?
Oh yeah, 100% the camera.
Okay.
hell yeah.
All right.
Would you want to do the lawful good thing?
Or the
Or do you want to
chaotic
do the
thing.
chaotic neutral thing?
All right. So there is a little kid on the beach that is absolutely a fanatic of lifeguarding. He's seen all the Jaws movies and all the like every single type of like water saving. Like if Sharknado had already been out, he's seen Sharknado, like all that sort of stuff.
He's excited for Waterworld coming out soon.
Right. So he
Oh.
is like
World.
in the moment he is so excited, and he asks his mom to be able to use her camcorder that she was using to videotape him, you know, like making a sand castle and all this sort of stuff, and he turns it and he's getting this perfect shot of you because he is just so excited that he gets to see this in live action right now.
It is like straight Baywatch thing, you know. They hit the water and like kind of toss the thing behind them because it's it's like attached and just.
Yeah. Oh, it looks angle lighting fantastic. Only problem is now you need to roll me a brawn roll. We're gonna make this we're gonna make it a difficulty 5 just because he's not gonna be fighting you at this point. He's kind of tired, so it's not like he's gonna be flailing and making it more difficult. But you need to basically be able to hoist him onto the rescue buoy, to be able to bring him back to shore.
Okay. I will spend a luck to make it a difficulty 4 instead.
Okay.
So, unfortunately, if it's brawn, I don't have brawn, but I think rookie would still apply.
Yeah. No, you're still feeling yourself. Like I said, there's somebody literally videotaping you in the background. You don't
his
know it
ego
yet,
is soaring.
but your ego is through the roof right now. If it wasn't already, it might just be like in the atmosphere at this point.
Right.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
+5 ego bonus. All right, let's see. I got 2 4s. I'm so glad I spent that.
Wait, you got 2 4s
Yes.
and nothing beats a 5?
No, but I spent a luck point to reduce the
Oh.
difficulty to 4.
I didn't do the math in my head. I just heard you say that, and I was like, yeah, cool.
Don't do
Awesome,
the math
awesome.
either.
So that is another exceptional success. Jeez. All
Maybe it's
right.
just cleaning up.
He's really good at his role, apparently.
Really good at your role. You are, again, ego through the roof, ready to bring on the day. Just literally got thrown into this, but you know what? You are determined to whatever movie role you're in, damn it. So you managed to get this guy safely onto the buoy. You're swimming back with him, like safely getting him back to shore. There is another surfer dude that is kind of like following, like swimming back, kind of following behind you. And he's like kind of trying to see if he can lug the guy's surfboard behind him as he's following. And you can make it to shore.
Yeah, getting back to shore and kind of drag him up. Kind of look around, see the camera. Just kind of, pause for a second. Hey, you all right? You all right? Hey, come on, man. He has no idea what to do anymore.
Like as he's looking at the camera, he just hears, "Cut! Cut the strap! Cut the strap!"
You get that nice moment when you're like coming out of the water and, you know, just doing that, you know, again, another Baywatch favorite, just slow running out of the water. I don't even know how it managed to catch that, but for some reason the camera just automatically slow-mode that part. And so you are successfully lugging this guy onto shore? Is that the plan?
Yeah, kind of get him up on the shore so he's out of water and lay him on his back. And then that's kind of the extent of what Avery knows to do. He's kind of looking for the others, like.
Biscuits
I'm on the
goes.
next
Biscuits
queue.
on crowd control, so Biscuits is like trying to keep any looky-loos away.
Do you block the kid with the camera?
Yeah,
Cut,
probably.
cut.
Probably. I say no pictures, and like holds up her hands and just trying to keep saying,
Everybody give him some room. We're just doing our jobs.
Is this person choking? Do they seem like they're like swallowed any water, or they seem like unconscious, like going unconscious?
They're unconscious.
Okay.
They're unconscious. They've
I'm
been
gonna rush-
like, yeah.
I'll rush up, instinctively reach for med packs that aren't there, and then resort to performing some sort of CPR to get the water out of his lungs.
Sure. All right. So I feel like CPR would probably be crafty.
Okay.
You could do brawn, but you might have to have a higher roll.
Well, I am crafty, so.
Okay. Cool.
That'd be 2 dice then.
Yes. So you get one automatically if that's your skill, and then do you have any? What is your roll's gizmo? So I don't know if you could really.
I left my
use
boombox
anything
back
for
there. I
that.
don't have any other tools on me.
My role's medic. I should be doing this, but I stayed behind because I'm looking for.
I mean,
I'm looking for a newspaper with the date on it, since we're all freaking out about what the date is.
Okay. All right. Well, they did bring him onto the beach, but yeah, you're.
Yeah.
You know what? Why don't you just while you're roll me a crafty 4 just in the tower while you're doing that. But Marl, roll for CPR.
Okay. I rolled a 5 and a 4.
Okay, perfect. So you're kind of leaning over this guy. You're making sure you're doing everything that you think you're supposed to be doing. Are you trained to do CPR on, or you're just kind of pacing it as you're going along? You're like, I know the machinations of how the heart works, so I gotta pump. And
I'm using what little knowledge I've collected from adventuring back in my other universe. So.
All right. So yeah,
It's
so
a-
you're doing what?
It's like attended the class, never certified.
You
Yeah,
know the general
so-
concepts. Might accidentally break a rib. It's fine. So you're doing, you know, everything that you think you're supposed to be doing, going through the motions. Like you're listening for his breath. You're trying to see how he's doing. You're able to eventually get it to the point where he kind of spits up a little bit of water. Does the whole, you know, the dramatic movie scene where they just sputter up some water and then they're suddenly like. Just gasping and looking around frantically. And while this is happening, is everyone else kind of just like watching around?
Crowd
Well,
control.
Okay,
It's
So-
finally out of the binocular strap.
good. While Marl is literally saving a life, the guy that was kind of with this guy, he's just like casually introducing himself to all of you. He's just like, all right, new lifeguards. Nice to meet you. I'm Artie. Totally like unconcerned about his friend, his buddy, whoever he is to this guy. And is just like going around making sure he's shaking all your hands, learning names if you're given to him.
This Artie, how's he look?
Looks wise or like health wise?
Yeah, looks wise. Like, is he like? Because I'm assuming this is a beach full of attractive people.
Oh, he's got the sandy like long locks that are like slicked back from the waves and like
It's
muscles
90s.
that are
I'm like, it's 90s California. It is all the same on the beach.
absolutely.
Okay. alright.
He's a face that you probably wouldn't even really be able to like sit there and differentiate from like all the other like California hot like classic whatever. But he looks like he's confident and he knows exactly what he's doing, and it's probably because he's been told his entire life that he's handsome and people usually like to do things for him. So he's just his friend's getting CPR done on him and he's just like, "Oh, cool, all right."
Avery's soulmate is here.
Right.
Who's he talking to? Like, which one of us?
Literally, like if all of you were standing in a group, like whichever one of you will basically give him attention. Kind of, again, just not really reading the room. Just which like basically like kind of like he wants to meet the new lifeguards kind of thing. So just getting to know whoever he can. So
Biscuits
whoever
is
gives
too
him-
focused on her task at hand, so she wouldn't.
Fling
give him the
will
time.
see that this guy is looking for attention and will go over to him. It's like, sir, my name is Fling, the lucky one. You can call me Fling. Your name is Art? That's cool. Do you do art? Is that why they call you that?
I mean, if you consider surfing art, I guess so.
I surfed once.
Yeah, you any good?
I drowned.
So not
And now, but now I'm here, so it's all good.
good. Mm-hmm.
And mind you, Fling is still goblin size, so he's basically like a midget on the beach.
Yeah, he's looking down at you, and he's like, "Yeah, all right, yeah, no, yeah."
Now listen, I
glad
need to
you're
take
trying
you.
to pick up the hobby. You
I need
know,
to take
it's a
your
cool
statements.
hobby.
So,
Statements.
your
What are
friend,
we
yeah, your friend,
Look.
like he pulls out clipboard that he grabbed from the life thing, and then he
There's-
pulls out the invisible pen.
Listen,
All right. So, your friend, how long was he drowning?
shouldn't you guys know that? Your
Eh.
lifeguards. I don't know. Listen, we were catching some good waves, and he went down before I could see it. Maybe I must have missed it for a few seconds. I don't know.
Okay, because I was staring at him for like a minute, and he didn't seem to notice. So I'm gonna write that down.
Biscuits turns around and comes over to the two of them, and she walks up to Artie and she says,
Listen, buddy, are you thirsty? Do you want a drink? Just between me and you, just don't mind my partner. He's a little bit hard around the edges. You know, just tell him what he needs to know. You want a glass of water, maybe a sandwich?
I love a
"We're
sandwich.
doing good lifeguard, bad lifeguard."
Am I getting interrogated here?
Can I get a sandwich?
I'm just offering sandwiches.
Yeah, I would like sandwich.
I guess.
Okay.
All right.
She was off looking for a sandwich.
2 sandwiches. Do you want that on rye?
Me? Artie?
Yeah. I'm taking the lunch order.
I'm good. I'm
You
good.
guys want chips? Do you want potato chips on the side?
Listen, I'm good. Listen, I just had to make sure I returned his board. He kind of like glances over at his friend and sees that he's being taken care of and kind of just like,
How many friends have you lost at this beach already?
what? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
1 second. My dog is literally just like whimpering right at me.
Oh, bud.
Doggy.
That's what any good Dom would say.
Sorry, I couldn't tell if y'all could hear him whimpering.
There is a reaction from chat at seeing Cooper.
Oh,
Of course there is.
Cooper, you're famous. Actually, I guess we probably should be taking a break in a few minutes anyway, since it is almost 10 and he probably wants to go out. But, So while all of there's talk of sandwiches and Artie's just kind of like acting like the cool dude on the beach, Marl, you are able to successfully get this surfer dude kind of like up and breathing. Do you have any like he's kind of just like taking a second. He looks exhausted. He has like his legs like up and he kind of has his arms like leaning on them and just kind of slow breathing and like shaking his head kind of like he doesn't know what happened. And you will notice that like because he kind of like has that stance where like his arms are out, he literally has like surfing tattoos. Like he has wave tattoos and surfing tattoos, and you're like almost kind of surprised that this guy was needing to be saved, considering it seems like he's pretty interested in surfing.
Does he have a hardwire armband like all the
Oh,
guys in the 90s did?
absolutely.
Oh god.
Of course.
Both
Of
arms.
course.
So yeah, he's just kind of like sitting there and like slow breathing and just like trying to like almost like work through what just happened in his head, but he's like he looks up at you and he's like, thanks.
It's my job.
You,
So
are
tell
you
me,
all right
kid.
there, man?
What happened out there?
I don't know, lost control of my board. I've never wiped out that rough before. It's kind of embarrassing. I'm sorry.
No, don't be
Just-
sorry. Just want to know what happened.
Usually a better surfer than this. And so while he's again like that's happening, once Artie sees that he is up, Artie is already making moves to start heading out.
Hey, you. I'm Morrow. Kicking ass and saving lives.
A nice slogan. Artie,
Yeah, you see what happened out there?
like I said, my friend wiped out. I didn't get a chance to see it until a few seconds later. Y'all were basically already heading over.
We should
Seems
know
like you
something.
got it figured out.
You don't
going-
seem that disturbed, man.
Happens all the time. You see people wipe out. It's not that big of a deal out here.
I mean, your buddy almost died. You just don't seem upset about it.
Good now. And he kind of like points at the fact that Artie is sitting up and talking. Oh, I'm still in good shape. I gotta catch more waves, there's only so many in a day and it's a good surfing day. But thanks for saving him, hey?
Like I said, kid, it's my job. Now you two be careful out there. There's people going missing around these parts, apparently. I think you're muted. Or-
No, I
Oh,
said right, but in a very like I
No.
kind of did like a breathy like
Yeah.
it probably got missed. He's like, yeah, you that's your job. I'm gonna go do my job. Go back to the waves. And he's not, just to be clear, he's not like with his friend isn't following him. He's just going. It's not like the two of them are going. It's just like he's going.
All right.
So-
I'll turn back to
After he leaves, like Fling comes in, it's like from the snack shop. All right, I got a pastrami on rye, with barbecue chips. Who ordered the
guys-
turkey
you
with
will-
mayo?
You will not believe how much money they wanted for a sandwich. Like $3. What, am I buying a house? Ridiculous.
That's probably how much the lifeguard shack is worth to rent.
Well,
Or
oh,
the
really? That's-
tower.
That's not bad.
I mean, you
As,
probably sleep there for free after hours, is what I'm
Right.
trying to
Oh,
get
yeah.
at.
I got
As-
no successes trying to find a paper, by the way.
Okay.
So I got nothing.
Yeah, lifeguards don't really like they
read.
are the news, you know? Like they don't need a newspaper. They are the news. They know that they saved people today, that
make
lives were
news.
saved on this beach.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm
So
probably looking for the wrong thing. Like, I'm looking for something that sits in that like sepia tone paper, and everything is like crisp here. So like, I'm not spotting what I'm looking for.
yeah, there's probably like regular like surfboard magazines and stuff like
Mhm.
that, and you're just
I've
not
no
even
idea.
realizing that those are like have additions on the
Dated.
spine and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yep.
As
Um.
Artie is like walking away,
Mhm.
you know, and Avery's just kind of watching him and kind of leans over towards Marl. And he's like, "That guy's totally the villain. Like you can tell. It's like he's got to be. He's probably like drugs and stuff like that. That's what they always do in these movies."
Right. Okay. I know my villains, and that seemed just like a regular dude, but okay.
Are
No, that's not.
are all of you just
Always-
gonna?
And as they're just talking to each other, Flink pops up, looking forward. It's like, are we breaking the fourth wall?
I think Biscuits has gone back to the shack and like got another pair of binoculars and is just like watching the beach.
All right. Well, so the person that that Marl just successfully saved, will kind of after a while, after he recollects himself, he'll kind of stand up, and brush the sand off, kind of put out a hand to Marl and say, "Hey, thanks again."
Yeah. No sweat
my
here.
my name's Marcus.
My gosh.
You know, listen, this whole thing has made me realize that life is really short. And it just, and like, I don't know. But I'm gonna have a bonfire later tonight. If you and, if all of you are off duty, you should stop by. Mm, gotta thank the heroes somehow.
You know what, kid? I have no idea what that is, but maybe we'll check it out.
Just look for the fire on the beach with a bunch of people drinking around it.
Sure.
And he'll
Got
kind of
it.
do like the finger guns and start walking off.
Oh,
With his.
Hey man, don't forget your board.
Yeah, he'll he'll pick up his board, kind of inspect it just to see like if it took any damage, be happy with what he sees, and kind of put it under his arm and start walking away. Does anyone else want to do anything before break? Because like I said, I did realize that it's almost 10.
We still need to have our powwow. Now that I have
Okay.
snacks, Fling is gonna come back from the van with the bongos so that they can sit down and
Okay.
talk out their feelings.
All right. Well, so with a dramatic, what is it? Dramatic interlude is what I'm thinking you're trying to do right now. So all of you can regain 1 luck from this. Is there anything that wants to be discussed at this before we go to break? We can have
I
our
think-
little powwow right now.
I think just to end down the beat, like when everyone's back together, Biscuits would be like,
Did that seem strange to y'all?
Yeah.
Well, that feller there seemed like he should know how to do his surfing boarding. But he was having troubles. And then
Yeah,
his
and
friend
he
didn't
seemed
seem to care
like-
nothing about it.
That's what I was saying. I mean, that dude seemed like he really knew how to surf and stuff. You know, he's in good shape.
Yeah.
Obviously, and his buddy just kind of like, I don't know, didn't seem to care. It's very suspicious, man.
Biscuits
It's-
writes all this down.
I think it's suspicious that there's a whole board full of missing people. I don't know if any of them are NHPs, but we should probably look into that too.
I don't know what that means, but yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What's an NHP? Is that like CIA or FBI?
Oh yeah. First of all, have any of you got one? Because
You have to tell us what it is, Marl.
I
NHP.
totally got tested for those last month.
non-human
that?
person, voice inside your head.
Okay,
Oh,
so
like Fling.
I go to a therapist for that kind of stuff. It's
No,
I'm
no,
good.
no,
You mean a
no.
ghost?
I just.
do you mean a ghost?
No,
Or a
not
spirit?
a ghost.
What, a non-human
person speaking to you, kind of
in your head.
programmed. Yes, in your
That's a
head.
ghost.
Not a ghost.
I told
It's
you she was crazy.
programmed in your head. It can play cards.
I know
Ooh.
ghosts that can play cards.
You know what? I do know some really good therapists. Maybe I can get you one I mean, and it's cool. Everybody's got a thing, you know. If you have something like that going on,
No, you can get them
therapy's
installed.
fantastic.
I just need to know if anyone has one because there's a virus going around and it's gonna make it all fucked up.
By the way,
Yes.
Like cholera?
I got my
What?
shots. I'm good. I got
By the
the
way-
right, you know.
Cholera.
You know,
By the
Is
way-
Fling just playing the bongos in
Yeah.
the background of all this?
We're having a
Amazing.
chill sesh.
by the way, Marl.
And break.
I was gonna say, seems like some good things have been touched
Yeah.
on. Y'all had a heart to heart. I have to double check the rules, but I'm pretty sure you can choose whether you want to regain. I think you only regain a grit for this. Let me double check that on break. But seems like a pretty dramatic interlude and a good place to take a 10-minute break. So we will be right back with the rest of this absolute chaos, and
I don't know what to
check
do.
back to see what else happens. No, we are live and everything is messed up. Then we're just gonna.
Good.
Oh, that is just me right
No,
now.
it's just Lonnie. It's the Lonnie. It's Lonnie. Oh, now it's just me. Why is it just me? I don't like that.
You're used to that,
Okay.
Doc. It's fine.
I don't like it. There's a lot of things I'm used to that I don't like.
That's true.
All Doc, all the time.
Welcome
I mean,
to
that's
Doc
what I came
Caravan.
for. So
Yeah.
Doc Caravan.
We're starting
Doc
Doc's.
Caravan.
We're starting his OnlyFans.
That's right. Only
Oh,
Docs.
yeah.
Only Docs.
Only
Be
Doc.
prepared to be disappointed.
Just show feed every once a month and you'll be good.
Fine. Your first post is going to be a Princess Biscuits cosplay. It's fine.
Yeah. I can't find a
My
wig
name
that
is
fits.
Princess
Sorry, welcome back,
Biscuits,
everyone.
welcome to my only biscuits.
Sorry, Lonnie.
hello, welcome
tangent.
back to the chaos that is putting a bunch of Lancer and Call of Cthulhu and Through the Breach and Pathfinder and Clue characters all together on the beach to be Baywatch. That's the best I got for a retransition back into all this. But we're gonna where we left off last, Marl had just successfully done CPR to save a guy named Marcus's life. Avery was the one to go out and go pull him out of the water. And to show his gratitude, he invited all of you later on to a bonfire. From what I understand from what we were talking about during break, I think there's a few more loose ends we just want to tie up really fast before the bonfire starts. So I think what we're going to do right now is whoever wants to go check out that bulletin board that I will admit, I think it was smashed, what I'm hearing from...
I think we need to fix it. I think we need to
yeah,
put
you
it
might
back
need to
up.
put it back together before you can dissect it. Or maybe just
Attached to a
pick up some
bulletin
flyers off the
board?
ground.
Yeah,
I
just-
don't know.
We're gonna need Fleeg to move the van though, so we can get to those pieces.
Oh, it's just pushed over.
But the
Okay.
van?
No, the board.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not shattered. It's just knocked
I thought
off.
you ran into it.
I didn't go running into it at full speed. He's just clumsy, so he couldn't stop it in time. Just
Oh,
You
okay.
winged it.
it fell over.
So I think that we're trying to hang it back up, and
Yeah.
Biscuits has
Yeah.
one end, and Fleeing has one end.
Lonnie, is there an umbrella in here that I can use for shade cover if we go outside?
Yeah. I mean, I will say it'll probably be one of those like beach umbrellas, so it might just be kind of like awkward to hold because it has like the long
Oh.
staff. But
I'm totally.
do
I
the
don't
job.
care. I'm totally doing it. I'm
A
gonna
rain
Like,
umbrella,
it-
not so
all-
much. The
First.
full beach umbrella,
don't care.
absolutely. Make sure
It's okay.
here. You know what? I want you to actually roll me an agility 4.
Agility
Just
is my
make sure you're not
stat.
hitting people when you're walking next to them.
Yep.
I was
agility is
gonna
my
say,
stat.
is it a breezy day?
Yeah, make sure you can hold on to it. Make sure you're not whacking people with it.
You said it 4?
Yep.
Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy.
If Maeve fails this roll, can
Nope,
she
I
just
got
go
it. I
floating
got one.
around?
Cool.
I was looking for the Mary Poppins.
I'm not windsurfing. Screw that. No. No, I got a 1, so I'm not
I
hitting
mean, I
anybody.
could give a villain point to be able
Fine.
to.
You want to? Let's go. Spend those villain points. There's so many.
Double down.
I'll
Double
reroll
down.
it. I'll do it.
All right.
I got a 6. No.
All right. My bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, Lonnie, not bad. You're supposed to use them.
There's so many. There are so many on the stack.
Honestly, this was my favorite use of a villain point so far, though. 'Cause,
Yay.
like, actually causing you guys harm.
Eh.
But somebody gets whacked
Shenanigans?
in the head with an
Yes.
umbrella?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. It may be twice or 3 times as big as I was planning, but I do not hit anybody, including small children. I definitely Maeve is very careful around the children. You notice that she actually like takes extra double care to not hit children versus adults. Like she may be one of those kind of matronly-esque type of people in another life. So
Yeah. Exactly as you said, all of you start. Are all of you going to the bulletin board?
I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
Oh.
All right.
Avery is cruising the beach.
All right.
Bibs.
On your ATV?
Yes.
All right. And Fling, so you're gonna move the mystery van a little bit, or the chrome
Yeah.
van a little
the chrome
bit,
van.
and then, all right. Yeah. So you're all sitting here thinking you're gonna have to maneuver because Maeve is holding this huge umbrella, but just absolute master figured it out. Has this like just solid motion with it. And you all make your way towards the bulletin board. Once the van is moved, I will say that the bulletin board was already kind of overflowing with stuff, so there might be like 2-3 things that were under the same push pin. So there might have been a few that might have gotten away. If anyone wants to chase those, or if you just want to look at the ones that are on there, there's still plenty.
No, there's plenty left.
Yeah.
All right. I will say right off the bat, Princess Biscuits, you still do not see your face on the missing
Oh,
poster within the last
phew.
few hours.
My God.
So just got to make sure I put you at ease with that.
Biscuits wants to look at the board and wants to. She doesn't have any reason to believe it's connected to that almost drowning guy, but she's looking for like connections between the missing people. So she's got like a little notebook out, and she's like,
They all wore bathing suits.
like she's like writing all these things down. Like,
All of them were from the future, but not the future.
so she's just like trying to piece things together.
If you want to roll me a 5-level crafty.
Ooh, okay. Biscuits is crafty.
Okay.
She gets around. She's crafty. She's always down. And so I will also, if it's okay, I'd like to spend luck to use my show off quirk with that.
Sure.
And it's not a physical show off, but it's kind of like she is trying to impress Maeve. And
Okay.
and so she's a little bit like,
Now you see here, these two people, these names both started with M. And so that could be a connection. I don't know. None of these people, it looks like none of them was attacked by wolves. So that's good.
and so she's like showing off that
That
way
is
too.
good.
I was actually more expecting like Charlie from Always Sunny going like, and then I gotta put this package here.
They stole the lines. Yes.
Mhm. No, Biscuits is Biscuits is she's street smart, not book smart.
Are you also using your you chose the detective role,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
Are you using that
crafty,
as well?
Detective show off. So 3,
So,
many times
4.
before.
4.
So you start off with 1 no matter what. So if you have no
Okay.
reason to be brawny, but you have to roll a brawny, you at least still get 1 shot,
Oh,
and
right,
then
right,
you
right.
add
Okay.
from there. So 4.
So I'll roll 3 and then 1 more. The first one, nope, a 3, a 4, and a 1, and then the next one is a 4. I'd like to use a hero point to re-roll all of those. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thanks,
Well,
guys.
Did he use a luck to drop it down to 4?
I did.
Oh yeah, that mechanic.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That mechanic.
So I would
in
succeed.
some
Actually,
reason
there'd be 2
isn't
4s.
automatically clicking in my head, even though it's basic math.
That's true. Thank
2
you.
fours.
Yes, using you. No, I'm sorry. No, that's not true.
Oh,
I used
yeah,
luck
you used
to
it for
my
the
quirk.
show off. That's right. My
Well,
apologies.
so the thing is that the way that luck works, most of them end up actually saying in there that you use luck to explain why your perk would let you do X, Y,
Got
Z.
it. Okay.
So, to make a challenge easier, spend 1 luck to make a challenge easier. Narrate how your perk helps with a challenge, and then reduce a challenge's difficulty by 1.
Even if I'm
So
using a quirk to do that, because I was using a quirk.
you were using a quirk, so that would actually make it harder.
Yeah, so actually, I think what
But
is
that would
going
help you
on
regain luck.
is you should only have 3 dice 6 because you get the
Okay.
1, you get 1 for being
Okay.
a detective, and then you get 1 for your quark as an additional
And crafty.
justification. And
And for being crafty.
and crafty.
And
Okay.
you
And
don't
show
have
off.
to you don't have to spend a luck to use your quirk, because you're actually, when you use a quirk, it's hindering you. So
Okay,
you're
all right.
actually able to recover a grit or a luck.
Oh, okay.
In
You
the process,
you spend luck to
because
use perk, not a quirk. Got it. Great.
yes, so
So I did
something
get
that
a
would help
4.
you.
I did
Okay,
get a 4. I got a couple
But
4s.
You can either spend a
you-
luck or a hero to reroll, but I would say you
Yeah.
said you're using a luck, you might as well spend it.
I would
so
spend that
basically
luck
what ended
to
up happening,
reduce the
so
challenge.
you made it to a level 6 now because you are trying to be a show off. So you are being like more like
So she said all this
assumptive of, like,
bullshit
this
to
and
me.
that and this. Yeah.
Like, but then she's looking and maybe she sees something that's an actual connection or clue or something like that. Who knows?
Yeah. Which will
You
all
do.
show in the rolls if you roll well.
Okay, so what is the challenge here?
So it is a 6 crafty because you are using your quirk.
Okay, and I'm rolling
So-
3 die.
Yes.
Okay, or 4.
Right? No,
It-
4.
4.
But
Narrate how you're.
Crafty, detective, show off, and
so the show off is just why
that's the
you're
quirk.
that's the quirk.
Right,
So that
so
doesn't
So
count.
just 3.
Okay.
So just
Just
3.
3.
Okay, here we go. And I'm looking for a 6. Did not get one. I got a 3, a 3, and a 1.
But you
Okay.
do
0 point.
yeah.
Yeah.
We
We
have
have
that-
plenty.
Because I gave everyone a hero point and the
6.
GM a point.
I got
All
a 6.
right. Okay. So yeah, you are seeing a lot of the assumptions or you are seeing a lot of the connections you've already made. Some
Mhm.
people's names start with M. A lot of them
Right.
seem to be wearing their bathing suit when they were
Half
last
of them seem to
seen.
be men, half seem to be women, but we're not sure how many are non-binary or gender fluid.
Yeah, it doesn't really specify that on the board. It's kind of just like a picture of like that their friend must have taken of them along the way on one of their disposable cameras.
Are any of them not human?
All of them are human.
Oh.
Dang it.
another connection.
I think we both make that same oh fuck at the same time.
All of
So do
them
any of them
kind
stand out?
So, none of them stand out per se, but a connection does seem to be made clear that one of the pieces of information that's on there is basically like, where were they last seen? Or like, you know, kind of like a statement from their friend of like, they said this and that's the last time I saw them.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of, you know, they told me they were going off to go have like a one-on-one surfing competition, or they were like invited to go like skinny dipping or regular swimming, and just kind of like things where it seems like you notice that like they broke away from their friend group for some reason. So nothing actually like it's not all like exactly the same, but there is a lot of
Right.
like, you know,
I think Biscuits points that out to the others who are there and says,
Look at this. I mean, we are at the beach. It makes sense that they go swimming and shit like that. But all these people, they like left their friends and then they went and did water sports.
seems like the lifeguards on duty weren't that great. Ooh.
No wonder they got fired.
So
Did
what
it
you're
all happen
saying?
during?
Go
Go ahead. No,
Go ahead. What you're saying is there's something in the water.
Maybe.
That's possible. Did they all happen during the day? Like, does it say like?
was that time of disappearance or last
Yeah,
time?
does it have
seen?
time's disappearance?
Time of disappearance varies.
Okay.
Sometimes it is during the day, sometimes it is kind of later at night. Not really like a clear answer for that.
All right. I don't know much about much, but it seemed to me that there would be some like missing peoples in the water, but this is way too many to be a coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're dealing with two possible scenarios.
At
One,
least.
those guys are part of a cult. Because I've been around and I've seen enough cults to know
Oh, same.
that many pieces. A lot of cults. Two, and this is the one that worries me the most. We're dealing with the were shark.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's obvious. We were all thinking it, Flea.
I think it's clear what's happening here. Someone built an underwater map.
Also a possibility.
Just
Probably.
smile and nod at her.
Hey,
She's
hey.
crazy. I'm whispering. You can't hear me.
This remind me of that fella what we pulled out the water that you was kissing on the beach, Miss Morrow.
I wasn't kissing anybody. I was
I
performing
saw it with my
CPR.
binoculars. I saw it. This reminds me of that fella because, like, that other guy didn't seem to be his friend. You know, he was just kind of like all spacey and weird, and they were
He
out
seemed like
there
kind of a
together,
dick.
not helping him. Yeah, he
Yeah.
did seem kind of like a dick.
Oh, hot people are dicks
His name was
sometimes.
Richard?
No, it was Artie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
So he says. I
Are
don't
you
know.
sure?
I'm hitting a dead end.
It's gonna be hard to fight an underwater mech without mech.
Mm.
So does
Oh,
anyone
by the
have any
way-
guns? What?
No, well, Flame's got the flare gun
It's not gonna help.
until it does.
Hmm.
When it's an emergency, okay? He was very clear on that.
I wish I had my Litchfield here. I got a Litchfield, I got a machete, I got a Navy, I got a Schofield, I got.
Like she just lists off all these guns that she.
The more that Biscuits lists off, Maeve's eyes keep getting wider and wider and wider. Like, oh, you have an arsenal.
Yeah. Well, I did, but now I'm in some sort of weird future world. But that's life.
Man, if we had a field of liches, we'd be unstoppable.
I'm missing my punching claws. I just noticed that. That's not fair.
All right.
got-
I don't know what
you
any
got
of you guys are
claws?
talking about, but I will say this. One, we're lifeguards, and there's a party happening tonight. So I think we have two things we need to do. One, make sure that nobody at the party goes into the water. And two,
Good
have
luck.
ourselves a party.
How big is this
Yeah.
party? Did he say?
Yeah.
Because depending on how big the party is, you may not be able to keep people out of the water.
Wait, I think I have an idea. We're gonna go to the party. I'm gonna pretend to be a young teenage girl.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna
understand.
separate from the party so that the were shark lures out, and then you guys jump him with a net.
Well, honeypot him.
You know what? I have this absolute insane, crazy thought that's not gonna fucking work.
So it's a good idea.
Hey.
If you want to hang out by the edge of the water and lure yourself to a were shark, you can be my guest.
Cool.
Okay, hang on. Is it a were shark or is it an underwater mech?
It's an underwater mech. I'm just letting this
Shaped
guy
like a
do-
shark.
No,
It-
not.
Everyone, it's a mech.
Mech, yes, it's a mech.
It's a
That's
mech.
right.
Everything's a mech.
So while this conversation is happening, we're gonna just move over to Avery really fast. I'm gonna have you, just for the fun of it, roll a 5 difficulty brawn, just to make sure that you look like you're just like large and in charge while you're riding around trying to look cool on your ATV. Literally like a style roll, but
Okay.
brawn.
You're filming B-roll. You're filming B-roll. It's fine.
Maybe there's a
Maybe-
kid with another camcorder. You gotta make sure.
Yeah.
I need stock
Uh,
footage.
That's a 1, but you know
Oh.
what? I'm gonna use one of those hero points to reroll that.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
because.
Yeah,
Just
that would have
because.
been a critical failure if that was the only
Right.
die you had.
That's a 5.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, you know what? You go ahead and describe like how you think you look right now, just sitting there on your ATV, strolling the beach. sun's starting to set. The rest of your teammates are discussing whether it's a shark or a were shark or a mech underwater.
Heated discussion.
So I'm picturing, the sun's starting to come down here, sunset's getting close. You got the colors in the sky, kind of like my background here. Some oranges and pinks and stuff, and there's like a little dune. And Avery has pulled the ATV up on top of that there, and he's got the buoy thing strapped to the back, and he's just kind of, you stand up on an ATV, then you can kind of stand up, and he just kind of pulls the glasses off for a minute, looks around, gives a little nod, surreptitiously looking for the cameras because he still can't quite figure out where they're at. But
This is just
They have the
me.
most- Go ahead.
But I would love it if a villain point was used for a person to just shit on his shoulder.
Why are you mean to me?
Hey, Lonnie didn't make you eat shit earlier, okay? It's fine.
Right? Yeah.
Right, so
I
you have
That's
to
because
use villain
Lonnie's
point
nice.
to ruin your style a little bit.
Because Lonnie is nice.
We're not here to maim. We're just here to have a
Right.
good time.
There's so many villain points. What's one used to have a little bird poop fall on your shoulder?
Yeah. Okay. Got kind of the flex going. Shoulders back. Stop. Looks up.
And, so during that moment, there was a girl that was kind of like noticing you and kind of almost like sheeting herself from the setting sun to be able to kind of see like, oh, that guy looks like he might be getting shit on by a bird. And kind of look away again.
Try to make a roll to bluff that it's sunscreen.
Oh no!
No,
Oh.
absolutely not. No. No.
But
I looked around and
it looked really cool before that.
kind of very sadly motors back towards the thing.
It's okay. You didn't see any cameras at that point, so you assume that maybe
Exactly.
that part wasn't caught.
Maybe they had already cut away at that point.
Exactly. So maybe it's okay.
They'll edit it. They'll edit it in post anyway. So
There we go. So you make your way back to meet up with the rest of your team after you're strolled up and down with the ATV. And I mean, it's starting to get dark. You were told to look for a bonfire, or if you said you didn't really know what that meant, so maybe just look for the flames and the people drinking around it. Are you guys still continuing the conversation of all this as you're walking?
As
Yeah.
soon as the sun goes down, like Mabel leave the beach like umbrella where it is, but she'll close it down.
Mhm.
And look to Marl. You don't know what a bonfire is? Really?
No?
It's just like a big fire. Everyone
Big
has a
fire.
party.
It's a
Big party fire.
it's a mech that's on fire.
That's not what.
Like as we're walking down the beach, I think it like just like what it's you don't see the glowing around the corner.
I see the glowing. It's a party. Just call it a
Bonfire.
party.
Well, we call things what they is, Miss Morrow.
Bonfire. All right, bonfire.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Miss Maeve,
Yes.
why's yours got pointy teeth?
I was born this way.
Okay.
I think
Amazing.
Maeve just kind of goes,
I like your tattoos.
thanks. They're not,
Mhm.
but okay, thanks.
And I likes your metal lipsticks.
yeah, you pull off the goth thing pretty good.
I don't know what that is, but you's real pretty.
There's a little bit of flush of color across her cheeks. And
I
she
think
just
you was
kind
out
of
in the
like
sun too long today.
walks up a little bit. She's not used to compliments, so she just kind of doesn't know how to process.
It's okay.
That's-
The closer you get to the fire, the more like red that
Yep.
your face gets just from the like like the
Perfect.
glow of the embers.
Good
So
timing.
Let the
yeah.
fire cover up the nervousness. Yes, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
and once you do get close enough for, like I said, for the fire to kind of start to be, you kind of like feel the heat of it even from this far back, just because, it's just a hot day regardless and added fire. But you will start to make your way towards there, and as soon as Marcus kind of clocks that that's who's approaching, he will go up and like kind of greet you guys really excitedly, like, hey, you guys made it. He has a beer in his hand and he's just like, awesome. Oh, yeah, come on.
Okay.
All right, you got one of those for me? Pointed at
It's
the
for
beer.
me.
Yeah, rest whole bunch of them over there in the cooler.
Yeah.
Anything I can do for the people that saved my life, come on out.
Okay.
And he'll be passing out beers, he'll be trying to introduce you to people, kind of just acting like, just bubbly and nice, and just, you get this little moment of solace where it's just, it's chill, it's relaxed. Actually, Marl, did you bring your boombox?
I did. I was about to say I'm bringing my boombox and I have it on.
Cool.
I'm playing
Yes.
music everywhere I go.
He's gonna point out like that you have, and he's like, awesome. Can we listen? I don't know how long you guys have been here. It seems like you're a little new, but
Uh-huh.
the radio station, like Radio KTLU, awesome tunes. Do you think you could tune in?
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna crank the volume up. I'm gonna go ahead and tune in.
Awesome. And I don't know what's a good song to have on for a good bonfire vibe right now.
It's
So-
Sugar Ray's I Just Want to Fly.
Yes.
I also wanted to point out, just because we are perpetuating the craziness that is the Weezer virus. Buddy Holly
Oh,
came out in
yes.
1994. It would be
That's
this
true.
time
Yeah,
frame.
it's
I
um,
already listened to that
absolutely.
more.
it is Buddy Holly. It's not Sweater Song. It's not Say It Ain't So. It's
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
no, it's
Buddy
definitely
Holly.
Buddy
Yeah.
Holly.
Oh, it's
yeah,
absolutely,
94.
absolutely,
We do it.
100%.
What's with these homies? Okay.
And everyone just kind of does that like casual, like, just the casual like beach dance. They're holding a beer, they're kind of shifting back and forth, people are chatting. Now you can, if anyone wants to go mingle and talk to anybody. You don't really
when-
see a lot of people that are like familiar to you. You haven't met too many people by like, introductions or anything, but
Well,
I mean,
Marcus will
what
introduce
Avery's
you.
never met a stranger, so I mean, he is literally
Yeah.
just all over the place talking to. Like, that's his thing, man. I mean, he is in his element. Kind of
What's
just,
the- What's the role of
the
vibe
drink
check
and-
and party?
Yeah. What's a vibe check?
It's a
Ooh.
vibe check.
Let's see.
It
Without
It
talking to
depends-
people, just
It
a
depends on the
general
vibe you want to put out.
No. I want
Well,
to
we're
see what's
checking
being
vibe.
put out. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like, what's the general
Yeah.
vibe of this? Like, are there people being shady? Is everybody just not giving a fuck and they're just partying? Like, what's the
Oh,
vibe?
Crafty includes perceptive. So I will say I think that would be a crafty role.
Okay.
But you don't really know a lot of the people here. It's dark, so you don't really know what the usual vibe is. So I will make it a 6.
Oh God. Okay.
I would like to spend another luck point to help Maeve do this, because Biscuits is crafty and she's trying to like read the room too. Like, are these actually his friends or are these like something else?
Are they cultists?
Right. Basically, that's it.
Do you
So that will bring it
spend-
down to a 5.
Okay, and do I spend luck to get an extra die
to reduce the difficulty.
or to reduce
Reduce
difficulty?
the
the difficulty.
difficulty.
We also
Yeah.
have 44 hero points.
Yeah, we do.
Because I only have one die.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you choose for the role again? For your
Mine's agile, not crafty.
no,
And
your role
he's
as
the
a
medic.
lifeguard, the medic.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm medic.
Okay.
If you want, I can help. Flynn can help because he's crafty, and as a weirdo, it would seem probable that he would just know random people.
Honestly, if somebody's got a better dice pool than me, I will
Yeah,
help at that point.
multiples
Jeez,
of you
like,
can roll too. If you're at different, like, are you all staying together, or are you trying to
Yeah,
like
yeah,
go to separate
I'm
parts of the party? Because you can
And
roll
Bling.
different
I
vibe
feel
checks.
like we probably would stay together, just kind of out of sheer like nervousness. At least Maeve would definitely latch on to either Princess
Biscuits is
Biscuits.
staying close to Maeve. Yeah.
Fling's staying for a little bit, but eventually he's gonna sneak off to get into his teenage girl costume and then slink from the group.
Get a vibe
Mhm.
check without
Get a
the
vibe check
costume,
at
right?
first.
Okay.
Because if the
Okay.
party's banging, we're gonna hang out a little bit.
Okay. Then I'm assisting Fling.
So wait, so Fling is rolling. Are two of you assisting? Is that what's happening, or is that
Um,
Doc, you want to roll
if-
your own separate
If
one?
Maeve is, I'm not. Like,
Sure.
yeah.
yeah. I guess I'm probably just like hanging out with the music, just kind of keeping the vibes going.
It's your
Cool.
boombox. You want to make sure it doesn't get broken.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I will say that there
You're
will be
invested.
times that like Marcus will just try to like sit there and kind of try to casually like, you know, one of those things like how do you really talk to someone who saved your life, but at the same time like, hey, you know, it's a
Aw,
party, like,
buddy.
but your boombox is right there, so
Yeah.
it'll, you know, it'll be one of those conversations where you're like, so where are you from? So where are you from?
What?
He'll hold up his drink and be like, kind of like, want another?
Yeah.
He's like, and he goes and gets another beer for you. Okay, so who's rolling? And so I think that makes it difficulty 5 if one person is helping assist.
Okay. So with the luck that's being spent, that'll put it to 4.
You're using a perk as well, so that would be a 4, yeah.
Okay.
Jeez.
I'm
I
just
really
asking.
want to know the vibe, Lonnie. Jeez.
I mean,
I-
it's a.
I only
fair.
I only
didn't
asked.
think there'd be this
I only
much
asked
math.
because I rolled a 2, a 1, and then a 4. So
So you rolled a 4, so that means you're good. You are able to kind of get the vibe of the place. Honestly, for the most part, it really just seems like it's a bunch of friends getting together after a long day. Like Marcus literally had his life be saved by people in your party, so he's pretty grateful to be able to have you here. The only thing that I will say is that like you're kind of at one of the, like there's kind of a little bit of like a tree line kind of at the edge of the bonfire, and there are also people kind of seeming to hang out there a little bit more. And it does seem like Artie is one of the people that's kind of like more so on the outer border, kind of
he's
like
on the
amongst
edge.
trees a little bit more, yeah.
He's an edgelord.
But yeah, so for the most part, like everyone seems just like they want to have a nice little party. They want to unwind after the day. They got some good waves, and now they just want to have a beer and some good tunes. Now that Marl brought the tunes.
Incidentally, Biscuits thinks this beer tastes like water, so she's about 6 deep.
I mean, you
Okay.
could probably see if
The
there's
girl's
like
tolerance is outrageous.
All right. So it seems like the
Maeve's probably about the same.
party's chill. Everyone's vibing. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna get into my disguise,
Oh yeah, the bait.
and then we'll do Operation Catfish.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Right back.
Okay. What are you doing with your hands? What's that? Okay. All right.
I'm just letting you know I'm here. We're watching.
okay,
gonna
so
look at-
while
I'm
that's
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
look at Biscuits. Go. Where's the guy named Dick? Do you see him?
Now remember, he was a dick. His name
Yeah.
was Artie.
Yeah.
And
He
looky
was just
over
like
there.
not a cool dude.
Hover. Okay, you're right, but like, also like, look, he over there hovering. You see him hovering? Like just sort of like standing there, like waiting for something.
Do we see
Like
him?
he's chatting with someone. He's kind of just like,
It's hovering.
know. what?
It's hovering, Lonnie.
Right,
over-
he's
He's
hovering.
up there being a creep.
No, okay, yeah.
I don't know. Why he ain't over here? Like he saw us be heroes today. He should be saying like, "Great job, Princess Biscuits and friends."
If all of you are kind of
I
looking
saved
in the
you.
direction of him, he will eventually kind of pick up that he's being watched. He'll kind of like look over your way, see all you staring at him, and just be like, just give a short little wave and turn back to the person he's talking to.
Mm-hmm.
Look-
Hi, already.
What is the game plan here? I mean, should we let everyone know, hey, just don't hang out by the water?
I don't know. I mean, the water's everywhere. Go that way. Go that way.
It's not on the sand. Just just try to get everyone to stay on the sand.
How are we supposed to tell everybody on the beach that they can't go in the water?
I'm
I said that
the hero of the
Hey.
day. All right, they're gonna listen to me. I'll make a bit of an announcement.
You know who's gonna listen to you is that fella Marcus. He trying to sewer
know.
you.
Oh yeah, I know.
He's trying to woo you.
Yeah, I can tell, dude.
Also, he probably wants to have sex with you.
Yeah, I get the point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, some people don't. That's why Princess is saying it. Some
Yeah,
people are really dense.
True.
like Avery. Well, hold
True.
on.
A very important hobo.
While we sit here and discuss who wants to and does not want to have sex with me, how about I make an announcement? Hey guys, don't go by the water. We can save ourselves a bit of trouble.
Well,
Yeah.
so I will say that before you get a chance to do that, because like y'all are talking and figuring out a plan, and Fling is going to go change and everything like that, enough time has passed that, you know, you're talking, you have the music still going, a few songs have gone on, and all of a sudden the music cuts out.
Hey,
Just like
Hey, why'd you
static.
turn it off, Marl?
hey, no, it. I
Did
can
the
fix
spirits,
this.
wait,
I
did
can
your
fix
spirits
this.
leave your box? I can
Did your
probably
spirits
find
leave
my
your
box.
box?
No, it doesn't have an HP. It's fine. I can fix this.
Okay.
That's been confusing.
Oh, that's one of those vintage ones. It probably needs like D-cell batteries or something like that.
You know what? I got this figured out. This is my thing. I'll figure this out. So I try to like configure what's wrong with it.
roll a crafty.
Okay.
Let's do a 5.
5. My perk is the boombot. Does that help with figuring out what's wrong with it?
Does
The
perk help
boombox
with
that's
perk?
broken. You want to use the boombox that's broken to fix
No.
the boombox.
I'm trying to grasp at some straws here. Yeah.
I was gonna say, because it's her item, she would have knowledge on how to fix it
That's
to grant an additional
That
die.
is fair. You'd have knowledge of the thing that you. Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. What was the target?
So I said it was a 5, but you're bringing it down to a 4 because you're
Okay.
using your perk.
Right. Oops. Ah, shoot. Okay, that. Someone flying across the room. A 5 and a 1.
Okay. All right. So that beats it. You sit there, you're fiddling around with it, you're, even like taking the back apart, seeing if something went wrong with the wiring. You're fiddling with the radio stations, and you're kind of just trying to, get different frequencies, and you can settle on different frequencies. Like other stations are working okay. You cannot, even with your success as a roll, cannot get back to radio KTLU.
Oh, come on. I start hitting it a little bit. I keep trying to fidget
Don't
with
do
it.
that. You're gonna break the wax cylinder. What's inside?
No, it's fine. It's fine. I hit my Mac all the time. It just like pushes it back in order.
Oh,
You
this is a
know-
Mac.
No, it's not a. Okay, I'll explain it to you all later what it is.
Okay.
Right now,
Alright.
we need the music.
So
I'm
Marcus will come
guessing
over.
it's probably a problem at the station or something. Maybe their transmitter went out.
I was actually just about to say that Marcus comes over and actually is like, "Oh man, did the tower go down or something?"
Maybe.
So where you are all are right now, you're on the beach. There's kind of like palm trees kind of at the perimeter a little bit. And there is actually like behind those palm trees is like a road. And in the distance, you can see it kind of leading away to like a little, kind of like one of those little like beach peninsula type things where there's a lighthouse at the end of it.
Mhm.
An isthmus.
In
Isthmus.
Is that...
No, it's not actually an isthmus.
It's not an
I
isthmus.
was
just
like,
like
wait, is
saying
that
it.
what Innsmouth looks like?
No, it's a peninsula. You're right. It's a promontory.
And Marcus will just like come over and be like, oh man, like, you know, the radio station's right over there. I can literally see it from here. It's too bad we can't just... Should we go take a walk over there and just see if everything's all right?
Hey,
Yes.
this is my thing. This
mean-
is my thing. I can fix it.
I
You
mean,
should-
I fix
walk-
things larger than that tower.
You should walk with Marl, and we'll walk a respectable distance behind you as your chaperones.
Great.
yeah, man. I
let's
guess
do
if you
that.
think there might be something wrong, we could go check it out.
Yeah, I've just never like...
What,
I
like,
mean-
Before we leave, we have to wait for my friend Gail. She's about this tall.
Oh, that's right. Gail. I forgot about
Gail.
Gail.
At this
yeah.
point, Fling comes back. He's basically grabbed one of the female lifeguard onesies, has shoved two volleyballs in for the
Fantastic.
boobs, taken a mop head to put it over like a wig, and is basically doing like the slow run, coming back like, "Oh my god, guys, I'm so sorry it took so long. It's me, your
Okay.
friend."
Okay, but do I spend a
Gail.
villain point to make... It's because you're doing the slow-mo run. Do one of the volleyballs fall out?
Absolutely. That's what villain points are for.
Counterpoint. Counterpoint. Can I spend a hero point to negate your villain point because it's just too freaking hilarious to keep both of them there because you could do it later so that he gets hit in the face by his own ball tit. You can tell me no, Lonnie. It's fine.
Vaulted.
Counter the counter.
You can use a hero point to negate my villain point just because it's a flavor one. Sure.
We're gonna play counter spells all night. It's fine.
Like one starts to go out, and he just like it's already
Catches
out. And he's
it.
like, "Ugh."
Yep.
Close one, Gail.
That's right, it's me, Gail. Gail.
Gail.
That's just my nickname. I'm Pamela Flingerson, but everybody calls me Gail.
We do call her Gail for short.
I think Marcus hasn't actually really seen Fling because of the fact that he was like regaining his breath when like Fling was taking orders and then like running to go get sandwiches. But he knows this is weird. So he's just like
My
all
eyes are
right,
up
more
here,
the
buddy.
merrier, and kind of turns back to Marl and just is like, ready?
Yep.
All
3-second
right.
head start. Go.
Great.
And then we
He
all
starts
follow.
walking and Marl.
Where's-
So if
where's
he starts
Avery at?
walking, Marl, would you just automatically start following him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where is Avery? Yeah, that's a good question.
Avery was right there with Marl and Marcus.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
looking good.
Basically.
He's like, this is a weird B plot.
He's like,
This villain's
he's kind
really
of lost
freaking
track of the
weird.
plot at this point. He's like, is this a horror movie? I didn't realize it was a horror movie. I should have, like totally.
Horror movie?
I
Is
didn't
it
read that
comedy
Who did
script
the
well enough at
casting?
all.
Is it a thriller? What
I
the
mean,
hell
he's
is
kind of
this?
distracted by Fling and whatever is going on there, and is thinking that whoever did that costuming really needs to be fired because that's terrible. Like, that's just bad.
Nope. You got hired for a college budget movie. That's
Oh
what-
no! They spent all the money on the location.
So immersive.
Mm.
You know,
Location and you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I mean,
They couldn't afford that many extras, so they had to take what they could get.
To the lighthouse. Or the tower.
Yeah.
Tower.
So we'll kind of just fast forward to the lighthouse because
We keep a respectable distance and make sure he doesn't try anything with Marl.
he's just
Yeah.
he's trying to ask the same questions that he was trying to ask when you had the boombox on your shoulder and it was actually playing music. By the way, do you bring the boombox with you still, or
Oh, yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Is
I'll
it like
leave on the
off?
side. It's yeah, I guess it's off at this point. No, actually, no. I guess I'm gonna keep it on to that frequency to see if it ever like kicks back in.
Sure.
Mm.
Okay.
Biscuits brings a
Um,
beer.
So Avery is bringing the ATV, and he'll offer a ride to the short people.
Thank you.
I just picture like Biscuits on one side of the back and Fling on the other side of the back.
Mhm.
Fling's riding in the back, so you just feel volleyballs pressing up against you.
That's
Well,
fine.
so-
Maeve will bring up the rear very far back, apparently, because an ATV will go a lot faster than her.
I mean, he's going pretty slow because he doesn't want them to fall off. But
No, it's cool. It's cool. She's kind
Biscuits
of like
is torn.
This is my life because this is how it is back home too. Okay, fine, whatever.
Biscuits gets off and goes back and walks with Maeve.
Aw.
And I'm not doing that to like make you happy. I'm doing this because Biscuits would be torn about this. He'd be like,
I want to walk with that alien woman.
go back and just walk next to you.
Feel like Biscuits and Maeve are kind of just like staring at the back of Marl and the guy, just
Mhm.
waiting for this guy to cop a feel on her ass
I'll chop
and
his
just
hand
yell
right
at him.
off.
Yeah, exactly. We'd both be like, ah, da, 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 da,
Man, right off.
don't you dare.
Meanwhile, with Fling riding with Avery, it's like, so the hobo that I just met, you're very handsome. Do you come here often?
just
Right,
hold on
so-
back there.
So let me get
And
this
then
straight.
that he's gonna rev it so it's louder.
I'm very drunk. It would be terrible if something happened to me.
Damn it.
Okay, so let me get this straight. So y'all are still making sure that Marl and Marcus are leading,
Yeah.
but then there's an ATV driving slowly behind
Sort of like
them.
not
At a
directly
distance.
behind them. And
At a
Okay.
off to the side a little bit.
A
at a distance.
respectable distance.
Respectable
Yeah, no,
distance.
At
We
this
want to
point,
give their
it's-
courtship room.
It's like a Christian parent.
Mhm.
Sure.
if it's just Fling on the back, I figure Fling can hold on, and I'm just gonna take off.
Oh, you're gonna gun past
Okay,
him.
so basically,
Yeah, I'm just gonna gun up past him and stuff.
Marcus has basically told you all that the lighthouse is the point that you're walking towards, but basically it's like the lighthouse and then like a little like one-story like building right next to it that has like a huge like satellite dish on the top of it. So you'll be like lighthouse is a good frame of reference,
Mhm.
but not going in the lighthouse.
I got no idea what's going on because I don't know what a satellite dish is, so I'm just following everybody else.
Yeah.
So
I know what a
whatever,
lighthouse is.
whatever questions Marcus is asking, I'm answering honestly. If you ask me where I'm from, I'm answering the planet. Like I'm gonna be
Oh,
completely
God.
honest with all of my answers.
This is
It's
gonna be
very
one of those like
casually too.
it's gonna be one of those awkward rom-com moments where like all the answers he's getting, he's just like, yeah,
Cool,
cool.
cool,
cool.
I'm lame. I'm from California. Stayed here my whole life and like that sort of stuff. Like always answering like, not sitting there and being like, what the heck, but just like, wow, you've experienced so many things. I'm just a surfer dude, not as cool as you, kind of thing.
So you've never left Cradle?
Cradle?
Yeah. Like, don't you want to get out there?
I mean, I've been to San Diego.
Yeah,
I've
but like
traveled. I
off of
just,
Cradle, like another planet.
you're funny.
know.
No, I haven't had the chance yet. I think that's for like the astronauts and people who are trained to do
Dude,
that.
just
sort
jump
of
on a
stuff.
ship. Go see the sights.
Mhm.
Like a cruise ship.
I mean, I guess some of them cruise around.
I think I dated a girl that went on a cruise ship.
Okay.
She had fun.
Good.
Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things to see in California, but maybe I do need to get out there a little bit more. Cruise to the Bahamas or something like that.
I don't know what that is, but sounds cool.
Well, hey, I don't know where half the places you are talking about are either, so I guess we both got to show each other some places.
Sure. Yeah.
While you guys are walking, you're gonna come into sight of the lighthouse pretty, like, it's gonna be, like, you know, straight ahead at that point, not just, like, in the distance anymore. And as you're kind of getting closer, the radio will come back to life. It's not really music, though, or any really, like, anything that sounds like music or, like, English at all. It kind of sounds like, I don't know, like whale noises or something like that. Like some weird, like, rhythmic kind of moaning or groaning or
Droning or
droning. Moaning is not a good word for this scenario.
no, moaning's fine. You can do a moan. You can moan a drone. You can drone
Yeah.
a moan.
Yeah.
You can moan and drone all you want.
Yeah.
That's some
You
work
grown
now
amount
at
of
this
drone.
point.
But what I'm trying to get at is it's not music, but it does kind of sound like a guttural, like, maybe it's singing to somebody, but it's just,
Does it
you know.
sound like ritualistic chanting of low voices, maybe?
Are you keeping a safe enough distance that you'd be able to not hear it because you're
It
too far back?
depends on how loud she's got the boombox.
How loud do you have the boombox?
I did have it full blast at the party.
Okay. Sure. Let's see.
This music
So,
sucks.
okay, so you're walking behind her. You're literally on a peninsula where there will be some ocean waves and a breeze and everything like that. So I'm going to have you roll for it.
Play some new
Only
stuff. Play some
thing-
ragtime.
Only thing is that I do think that crafty only seems to be the most accurate
That's
one, even
fine.
though it's
That's fine.
okay.
I'm gonna spend. Is it a luck that drops the difficulty? Because I have a feeling you're gonna set this at 6. I'm gonna drop it to a 5.
Okay.
If you're cool with that, because I
Yeah.
have a feeling you were gonna make it super difficult. Yeah.
Yep.
1 die. Let's see if I get it.
Oh,
Use one of those hero
There's
points.
44 hero points.
Fine, I'll use
Yeah,
a hero
You
point.
might want to use a hero point because that would be
Burn
a
through
that would be a
Every
That would
roll,
be
hero
bad.
points.
critical
I feel
failure.
insane. It'd be great. I got a 5.
All right. So, yeah, as all of you are slowly seeing the lighthouse get bigger as you're walking towards it, you do kind of pick up. It sounds like chanting. And at first you're kind of sitting there and you're not really sure if it's coming from the radio or like what direction it's coming from at this point. Just again, the wind plays tricks on you and everything, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, it sounds like someone's doing something. Ritualistic, kind of just like a chanting, but in a language that you've never heard before. You don't recognize it. You can't make out any words.
Chaga, ooga, chaga, ooga, chaga. I can't.
You know what? I think I know what's going on here. It's got a virus. Probably the mesmer virus. Maybe it's hitting radios as well as NHPs. Oh, this is the. I want to go through this all over again. Let's get to the place and see if we can hack into the virus.
Well, so Robin, one more thing since you succeeded on your roll. It will also would your character understand how radios work? Do you think from through the breach?
I think that box is full of spirits that sing songs. So
Okay,
no.
never mind. Never mind.
spirit box.
It's a spirit box, literally.
Well, all right, Spirit Box just decided to change its tune.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Once you
Who
got closer
knows?
to the radio station.
It started
so.
changing to ritualistic chanting. I may not be able to understand it, but I do know ritualistic chanting when I hear it. So that's about all I got.
It's
Alright.
rarely good.
Yeah.
Are you letting anyone know, or are you kind of just like making note of it?
I'm telling
and-
Princess, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. We could be dealing with cannibals. We could be dealing with dirt worshippers. We could be dealing with aliens. Anything.
What is this guy up to?
I don't know what his deal is, but he seems kind of like a puppy dog or something. I don't think he's a bad guy, but something weird's going on.
So you are walking still and basically are getting at this point I'd say that Marcus and Marl are at the door for the radio station.
So Avery and Fling on the ATV would have been up there first, and
Right.
Avery's just kind of leaning against the ATV as they're coming up and hearing that. Is that Inya? I remember my mom listening to that. That's what
Ooh,
it sounds like. That's
that's a
weird.
deep cut. That's a real deep cut.
It hurts.
I'm gonna turn to Marcus as he says this. I'm gonna say it aloud to everyone. You know what? I think this is a virus. And Marcus, I'm just gonna say right now, if you're the one who installed this virus, things are about to get pretty bad for you. So why don't you fess up and tell me
Oh.
what you know right now?
I'm sorry, what just happened?
I've been down this road before. All right. So if you installed a virus in my
I
radio, you're gonna
thought
tell
you
me
haven't
right
been here
now,
before.
or things are gonna get pretty bad for you.
Marl, I don't think that thing's advanced enough to get like a computer virus or something. It's just
Well,
just an old
something
radio.
hacked into it and installed something.
I think it just sounds like it's a bad signal.
I think
Listen, we're literally at the radio station. This is the source of where whatever is like happening is probably coming from. We can just open that door and see what's happening.
All right.
who
If I
said
see any
the
hacking in
road
there,
goes where the day flows, only time.
No,
That's what the lyrics are saying.
Pamela Scronania.
Pamela Flagerson. Gail for short. Don't call me short.
what did you say?
So are
She
you
was
going
introducing
inside the
herself.
are
Yeah.
any of you going inside the radio station?
Marl's gonna head
Yeah,
inside.
yeah.
She's gonna head inside confidently. She feels like she knows exactly what she like.
So is
assumes she knows
Biscuits.
exactly what's going on here.
Okay. Well,
It-
if you want to go inside confidently, you do need to give me a 5 brawny roll
I'm sure.
because it does not seem like it is unlocked, and if anything, it actually seems like it might be barricaded.
Did any of us take Bronny?
Would you argue that I'm doing something pretty brash right now?
I mean, you seem like you're
Well,
kind of mad, and you seem like you're gonna break down some public property. So
I'm ready to disregard any like can't think of the word I'm looking for.
And the guy
but-
that came with us doesn't have like a secret entrance or anything? Like,
He ain't never
No.
been here before. He just wanted to check it out.
okay.
he's buddies with Ray the Rad, like the dude that's the talk show host on like radio KTLU.
I don't know who that
He
is.
just gives him a blank stare.
Just
There's nothing behind these eyes when he says that.
I don't.
Oh, you know what?
He's
Let's
never
just get
barricaded
inside.
the door before, so something might be up. I don't know.
Not from here. So I don't know who that is.
I'm swirling brawn, right?
Yeah,
You said it was
Ronnie.
okay.
5.
That's 4. So I'll use a
Okay.
hero point to re-roll. I'm aiming to hit 5, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a 1.
No.
That is a critical failure.
I'm gonna use. I burned through the 2 that are assigned to me. I'm gonna use 1 from the pool of 43.
4.
That's a 3.
Well, at least it wasn't a
Okay.
fail. Like a crit.
Well, it
fail.
wasn't a critical fail.
Nope.
So you sit there, and how are you trying to open this door?
I'm going to try to kick it open. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try the doorknob, even though that would be the logical thing to do. I just want to like be cool in this moment and head like straight into adventure. So I'm gonna try to like kick it open.
Tell you that it didn't seem like it was unlocked, so
I still didn't bother. To
I
use
kind of
the
led to that.
roll.
But okay. So the thing is, because you are attempting to do something that could hurt you,
Mhm.
I am going to take away 1 grit just because as you try to kick down this door and fail to have the right, like, the right angle and the right amount of pressure, and like just the form wasn't really the right way to be able to do it successfully or safely, you are gonna kind of have a hurt ankle because of this. So you are just gonna have that one grit taken away. Good thing you all had that little bongo session earlier, because that basically just brings you down to what you already had anyway at the
Yeah.
start.
This is why we front load.
Hey, are you okay?
Yeah, that was just a stupid door. I'll go for the handle. I'm trying to open it like a normal.
The handle is not gonna turn for you.
Is this door usually locked, Marcus?
Like, Ray's usually a chill dude. He's gonna kind of jiggle the lock, and he's gonna get like a little bit more like frustrated at it, and like kind of just jiggle the lock more frequently until he's kind of like almost wanting to like shoulder the door just to kind of see what he can get away with.
Wait, wait! I got this. Reaches into the mop, pulls out like a little pin. Goes to try to pick the lock.
Okay. That would be a
Crafty.
actually no, that would be agile, because it's kind of like stealthy.
Dang. All right.
Sorry.
Hang on. Do you want to give me the pin? Because I have agile. Okay.
Because is good at that. And whoever that handsome fellow is. Because I'm Pamela Flinger's son. No relation.
What am I aiming for?
Let's make it a 4.
I got a 5. We got it.
All right. Yeah, you unlock the door. It's no issue. It's it's nothing fancy or anything like that, but it does seem like the door is still barricaded from the other side. So unlocking it, make sure that you can actually turn the handle and try to put some pressure on it, but someone's gonna have to
Marcus.
give it another shot.
Hey,
Marcus.
hold on. I got an idea real quick, okay? Because I still have, the red buoy rescue board thing.
Right.
I want to take
42.
the rope. I want to take the rope off of that, because they attach, because you strap them to or whatever. And I want to basically tie one end of that to the ATV and the other end to the door.
Hang on. Does it look like it opens outward or inward?
For it to be so it seems like it is opening inward,
Okay.
and something is blocking it on the other side.
So I would point that out to you. And instead of doing the rope thing, ram it. Ram it with the carriage.
Either way, I will burn a luck point to overcome a challenge and use my ATV to, I'm going to bust this door down.
All right, yeah, you used your luck, so you rev the engine too. You're ready. You make sure everyone first of all clears out of the way, because Marcus is getting a little frustrated about the fact that he can't figure out what's happening with his friend. But everyone clears out of the way. You got a clear line on it, and you knock down that door. What is the plan once you get to the door? Are you gonna try to stop once you are you just going full speed and
No,
like,
I want
pedal to the metal?
to
Or
hit it until I just want to hit it enough that the door opens, or we can get through, and then back out.
Yeah, hit it and quit.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Hit it and quit it.
Awesome. So you don't risk just running straight through.
No.
Which is good. Which is good. You do basically make contact with a like heavy metal desk, I guess, that was blocking the other side. But you successfully like push that out of the way. The door basically like breaks at the point where the top of the desk meets basically just breaks at that point, so it just snaps in half. And when you do that, you can get enough of a view inside to see like these 3 just kind of older middle-aged men just like look in fear, like, what just happened?
Hey, are you guys all right in there?
Yeah, don't worry about us. We're good. We're good.
Why is the door blockaded, man?
I mean, Biscuits is getting ready to like peek around the corner and have people stack their heads up like a Three Stooges.
Yeah.
Thing, you know.
Maeve will be above Princess, doing the same
There-
And
thing.
then somehow Fling will be above her.
Just climbed on my shoulders.
Okay.
That's where the cult's at.
Oh no, that means the ball boobs are like right here on my head.
Mhm.
Oh god.
I'll be by
That's just
Avery's
how-
side with my boombox.
You're staying to the side and
Jamming with your
Okay.
cult chanty tunes.
Right.
you're
We
still
got
playing it.
Inigo
You're
on.
still playing it.
It's still playing.
Okay. All right. So if all of you are gonna look inside and kind of do the whole like Three Stooges moment where all of you are kind of
Mhm.
peeking your heads up,
Yeah.
it's gonna be pretty hard for me to hide the fact that these guys look like they're hacking the computers. Like whatever like tech they have in a radio station in the 90s, they are manipulating it. They are putting new records on, or I'm not really sure the tech of it, but basically you can tell that things are being thrown and in disarray. It seems like things are unplugged. Any screen that you do see looks like it is flashing symbols that you've never seen before, you don't recognize. And the guys look like they're sweating. Like they're kind of like maybe doing something they weren't supposed to do.
Look guilty.
They're kind of bad at hiding it.
We've totally found the villains of the piece, and now Avery is like, okay, it's time for the climactic fight scene. So yeah, he's gonna start climbing in past this
fuck shit up?
wreckage and stuff. Hey, what are you guys doing, man?
Biscuits takes the beer bottle that she's holding in her hand and smashes it.
Yes!
And then walks in behind him. And be like,
God, I love Princess Biscuits so much. So good.
They so they're seeing all of you do this. They are kind of backing away, but they are not standing down. So do any of you any of you like openly trying to attack, or any of you trying to just talk?
We're threatening.
Or
We're
threatening?
yeah, we're
Okay.
being
we're
threatening and
threatening.
intimidating at the
Bottle.
moment.
Yeah.
I say I'm gonna pull out. Remember what we talked about earlier, Lonnie, where I was like, "Hey, that fun little thing that item I picked, I might want to use it in a situation to figure out what's going on. I'm gonna look for those symbols in my book.
Okay. So you're gonna spend
I
a
might
luck
lose my
and-
mind, but I don't give a fuck. Let's go.
You know, I'm not even gonna lie to you. There isn't there is not a
There
sanity
isn't, I
mechanic
know.
in this game. But you know, you can flavor it however you want once you have
Right.
learned this power.
Oh no. Hey.
Now's not the time for reading.
So are you kind of waiting outside still, and you're like taking the time to open a book and
If I can duck in and like go to the opposite corner of where this throwdown is going down, but still see the screens, I'm just gonna tuck into the corner, pull out the book, and just start flipping through it, looking at the screen, flipping through it, looking at the screen, like just trying to line up. Like I'll mentally take a picture of like one of the symbols that flies across the screen to try and find it, and then I'm going to find that one and know what it is. It like I'm trying to put the pieces together, and if I lose my mind in the process, it happens.
absolutely.
These things happen.
These things happen.
So yeah, no, you take that mental snapshot of one of the many symbols that just has kind of been flashing. It will kind of repeat after a while.
Mhm.
So you will start seeing a few of them that you kind of start to piece together in your brain, and you're flipping through this like this ancient tome of a book that you've been lugging around all day to begin with. And you're looking for symbols. You see some that kind of look the same, but kind of, you know, like they're a little different, and you end up settling on symbols that look like it belongs to scripture, maybe, of Father Dagon and Mother Hydra. And you would probably be able to discern from the book that you're reading that these are usually kind of like almost not religious figures, but it seems like they're the ones that want to try to spread their word, want to try to get as many followers as they can, really want to
It's called
recruit
a
people.
cultist.
So you're dealing with cultists.
Had a feeling, but this definitely solidifies it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Meanwhile, so the rest of you are trying to intimidate these cultists, and like I said, they're like kind of older men that they're used to, probably preaching on the streets, sharing their conspiracy theories. You kind of look them up and down. They don't look like they're necessarily meant to be the fighting type, which maybe that's why they barricaded the doors. But they don't want to like stop what they're doing.
I think Biscuits. She doesn't know any of this yet. She's just bloodthirsty. So she's gonna just like run up to one of them and push him against like a desk or a wall or something like that with the broken bottle. And like hold on and be like,
What is you doing in here with your weird music and your drawings and stuff? We're the sheriffs.
Okay. he'll kind of do that thing where like literally like something is just being held to like hit, like a sharp object is just being held him and he just still laughs. And he's like,
You high on opium?
no, I'm high on the idea of a better future for this
Oh, this guy seems all right.
hellscape of a place.
Uh-oh.
This place is messed up.
You're telling me.
Oh, you think this place is messed up too?
Yeah. Have you heard of a thing called automobiles? That's fucking wild.
Of course I have. People are driving them like crazy nowadays. They're driving their fancy cars around, causing a ruckus and driving over the speed limit. It's crazy out there.
I guess. But also, you guys?
like she's starting to get like weirded out a little bit. So she's like
trying
looking
to
at
hold
everybody else.
he's trying to hold your attention.
One of y'all installed a virus in my machine, and none of you seem particularly tech savvy. So either you speak up and tell me which one of y'all it was, or tell me who's installing the virus.
I mean, these guys look like they work at a bank or something. Like,
Well, if they don't start talking, I'm gonna start smashing your head in with this thing.
Did you say bank? I won't go back to the bank! And like he just freaks out.
Yes.
Ball tits.
Just ball tits.
Askew.
Oh, it's akimbo.
He just goes, Pamela Anderson, boob reduction, and just spikes his volleyballs at the other two guys.
Can I please just let's pause for a moment to appreciate Ball Tits Akimbo.
You're welcome.
It's like it sounds like the title of an album or a wild movie.
oh,
Maybe a performance art piece.
They're called knockers for a reason.
Okay, calm your tits for a second.
They're going
the
everywhere.
agility to be able to hit both of them. So that's going to be at least a 5. I think I'm
it,
going to
do
call it a
it,
5
do
just
it.
because style
43
point. I
hero
got to give
points.
you a little bit.
I'm gonna use a luck to get that down to 4.
Sure.
That is 2 5s.
Shit.
Okay. So that is a critical or a exceptional success, as they say in this game. So with the amount of force that you put into the you're just so tense and reactionary because they said a word that triggered you so much that when you forced the volleyballs out from under your bathing suit, it had such power that you were able to knock both of the other 2 cultists out, but there is still one
Wow.
that is trying to convert Princess
One-
Biscuits.
One being held at bottle point.
being held at bottom
Avery is
point,
just
but
staring at these unconscious people like, fuck just happened?
Biscuits is trying to. She's like still engaged with this guy. She sort of clocks that the other two have gotten knocked out, and I'm guessing this guy doesn't care.
oh, he has a little bit more terror in his eyes, but he's still he's still honing in on trying. He saw that glimmer of like, you don't understand this world, he doesn't
Hmm.
understand this world. We can change it. We can fix it.
Biscuits looks at him and says,
Where are you from?
I mean, I'm from this neighborhood. I grew up here and it's changed so much over the years. I think it's time to just
Now see,
give it all away,
Mister-
move somewhere else.
Mister, now we have a problem because today's been a real weird day. I fell out of an eldritch horrific being and landed on the beach, and then I got a job. But all these folks,
and like she sort of gestures at the rest of them. She says,
I'm starting to think we ain't from here. So it's okay if we think it's shitty. But you seem kind of just like a gatekeeping asshole.
Bongo drums.
Look, I can't
Lonnie's
snap,
sitting,
so I'll snap
Lonnie's
it,
sitting
baby.
here and being like, well, but this guy is, you know.
Yeah. Have I gotten to the two to figure out what those two symbols are yet, or am I still flipping through?
Oh no, you basically pinned them as like stuff that
Dagon,
is
Hydra.
recurrent, like symbols and in Hydra and like Dagon's philosophies and
'Cause
scriptures and stuff.
If once I've got it, I was like, so who's father Dagon and mother Hydra? There, bud.
Is that a metal band?
They're the they're the ones that are gonna save us all. We're just
Marcus.
gonna start fresh. We're gonna start new. Really fast, we're gonna go back to Marl really fast. Could you roll me a crafty difficult 6?
If it's
6.
6. Oh shit.
Well, because there's a lot
Um,
of stuff happening right now. There's a lot of
It's a
distractions. There's
5 and a 4, but I'm gonna use the hero point to reroll.
okay.
5 and a 4 again. We have a huge pool. I'm gonna use an
We
hero
got
point
lit. We got
again.
plenty.
Yeah,
Plenty,
we're
go
gonna
for
have
it.
leftovers
I feel
at
like
this
it.
point.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I
Do-
feel like at one point Lonnie's gonna stop you, but do it again.
Do you have
I
any?
think I do have to cut it out eventually because it's not like we can just have everything be a success.
true.
But
Well,
you know,
Right? And that was a 5 and a 3.
I was gonna say, do
alright.
you have luck to reduce it down to a 5?
Yeah, I guess. I can reduce it down to the point of luck, right?
Do you have like a thing that would help you with that? Just like
Like-
you
It
because
depends on,
usually
like,
like
what am I rolling for? What am I rolling for exactly? Like
perception,
perception. No.
which is why it's so difficult because there's a lot of sounds coming from outside and you have the music blasting at full volume and
I'm trying to see if I can grasp at any straws here, but I don't think I can.
okay. What I will say, technically it's a failure, but just so you kind of have something to go off of. It sounds like the waters around you have gotten a little bit rougher. Like I said, you're basically at the tip of a little peninsula type thing. So you're basically surrounded on 3 sides with water that sounds like it's whipping. I don't know what direction you're looking in. I don't know if you're kind of like trying to see what's going on, but right now it just kind of sounds like it's gotten louder with the normal beach sounds.
Is Marcus still with us?
Yeah, Marcus is actually I should have said this. Marcus is going to be trying to like kind of similar to how Maeve kind of tried to like skirt in and go to the side. He's going to try to see if he can find his friend Ray.
Okay.
So he kind of like followed suit in the chaos.
I'll slowly walk outside to see if I can get a glimpse of what's going on.
Okay. We'll go back inside for a second and then we'll come back to you. So the question was just asked about who Dagon and Hydra are.
Yep.
And this cultist is basically telling you that they're gonna be the ones to save us all. You know, the whole world's just so messed up that we don't need it anymore. You know, we can just go. We can just leave. We can go underwater and start anew.
Don't need it. What are you talking about? All this stuff is here.
We don't need material things. If we can be in the favor of Hydra and Dagon, oh, we won't need any material items anymore.
Are you guys
We can
one of those
start
like
new.
weird doomsday prepper people?
Yeah, so
That's
I
Lonnie
have
saying, yeah, not him. Yeah, I am.
wait, so you asked, is he one of those? So I assumed that was you asking, not.
No, that was Avery.
Oh, that was Avery. Okay, so then ignore me. I thought you said, is he? Sorry. Okay, so Doomsday preppers. Doomsday has already come. The end is Nigh-dra. And he says it in like this voice that he thinks is really spooky and like
Oh.
badass.
I hate puns. Princess, shank him.
I stab him in the chest.
Okay. Fine. Brawny, because resolute is one of the
Okay.
descriptors of Brawny.
Okay, I don't have Brawny. Let me argue that part of the description for detective is that you know how to fight. It says
Okay.
you can throw a mean right hook. So I would say maybe add
Or-
detective.
Or
And
cut it.
I would also say that I could use her perk here, which is that she is chosen of the Swamp Queen. She is devoted to a different deity, and I think this Hydra and Dagon stuff is bullshit.
Yeah.
So
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
is
So
that 3?
so the thing is that would you be using that to try to better understand the situation to be able to react?
I think it sort of fuels her rage.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. So how many do I roll? Base, detective, chosen of the Swamp
That would
Queen.
be 2, but then it would knock it down
Okay.
from a 5 to a 4.
All right. Looking for a 4 here. That's 4. I got a 4 and a 3.
Okay. You
Plunge a broken bottle into his chest.
do you say something about the Swamp Queen as you're doing it? Like,
Yeah. She stabs it in there and say,
I don't know who your bargain basement gods is, but the Swamp Queen sends her regards.
and lets him drop to the ground.
Yes.
Wow, that guy can't hold his liquor.
We're starting a crusade. Let's go.
Marl, I'm gonna have you roll crafty again for me. We're gonna do 5 because at this point, if you're kind of looking around, it's gonna be a little bit easier.
A 4 and a 1. Can I use
Oh
an
my
adventure
gosh.
point?
Oh my gosh.
Come on, Danny.
So Princess Biscuits has successfully killed the last of the cultists. Is anyone else are you all just standing there now, or?
I mean,
We
I'm
gotta
still
look
out.
around this room trying to figure out how to shut off that music.
I'm still outside the door because I launched a ranged attack.
You're
I-
outside the door.
Yeah, because again,
Okay.
it was a ranged attack. So can I
Right.
make a crafty?
Sure. Difficulty 5.
Okay, I am crafty, so that's an extra die.
Mhm.
Weirdo. To notice the weird things going on.
Bit of a stretch. You don't really
Cultist
know what you're
summoning
looking
going on. That's
for.
pretty weird. Yeah.
It's kind of like a passive perception kind of thing.
It's game recognizing game, just
Yeah,
weird
this reminds me
recognizing.
of the weird shit I
Game
do.
recognizing game.
It's like that's odd.
Fine.
Push over.
It's 2 4s and a 5.
Okay. So you and Marl are kind of standing outside the door, and you are realizing that the waves sound like they're picking up a lot faster. Like, it just sounds like wild waters all around. And you are the first one to glimpse what looks like a fish person? Multiple fish people walking, kind of coming out from the water and starting to kind of come from all angles around the lighthouse.
Hey guys, the were sharks are coming.
What sharks? We gotta turn off that music. They like the music. It's a dance party for them.
So Avery, seeing Biscuit stab this person, and
With
Avery
no
has seen
remorse.
has seen real dead people before. Like he was legit at the scene of a murder before,
That's true.
and he's looking at this and is like, "That guy's really dead."
Of course he's really dead. I stabbed him with a bottle.
That
That
was
start.
special effects.
Special
You
what?
straight up killed that dude.
Mr. A very important hobo. You're just not too bright, are you?
You really killed that guy.
Uh-huh.
Are you? Is this not something you normally do in your day-to-day to protect yourself or anything? Like,
Yeah. If you don't kill bandits and outlaws, they're gonna kill you first.
and cultists.
Cultists.
If you don't kill cultists, they're gonna kill everybody. It's basic. It's simple. It's simple logic.
You're all crazy. Y'all are crazy. Crazy. Y'all crazy. I'm gonna go find the director and I'm getting the fuck out of here. And he's gonna start walking out of the building.
I like Maeve looks to Biscuits like a like what the fuck? Like
What's his problem? Yeah.
Yeah, we both give us like yeah, exactly. Like this is fucking normal. Like what the fuck?
I'm wondering how the others react, but I'm guessing Avery is the only one who's like, "Oh, death."
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like he thought the bottle was like sugar glass and it'll just
Yeah, a
break on
retractable
contact.
bottle,
It's
yeah.
fine, yeah.
The rest of you that are staying in the room for that like extra few seconds will see Marcus come back with some random guy you've never seen before. Kind of looks just like a chill stoner dude type. And as like he mentioned having a friend that ran the radio station, so you can kind of just safely assume that that's the guy. And since he
What?
runs the radio station,
What was his name? Roy?
Ray the
Ray.
Rad.
Ray.
Oh, hey Ray, the van's running fine.
Oh, was this the? Hey man, cool. Glad to hear it.
That book ended.
Hey,
You know-
Mr. Ray, how you shut down this magic music machine?
Oh man, they really did a number of stuff on here, huh?
I don't know.
Let's-
But all we know is that we gotta turn off these sounds because it's agitating the wildlife.
I got it. Believe it or not, this is not the first time that someone's tried to break in here to try to play. Usually they just try to play crappy music, not cultist stuff, but I got this under control. And he starts kind of just automatically going in to start replugging things in and again doing whatever tech things that would get radio station. I don't understand what happens inside of a
Radio
radio
things.
station. Radio things.
Radio
are
things. Radio
being
things.
done. And
Oh,
he
he's doing them.
he's like awkwardly stepping over the bodies of, well, two of them are unconscious, but he's just like awkwardly like just walking around them.
If the
as
bodies
he's
are in the way, Maeve's gonna put her book away, grab one of them by the ankles, and drag him to the other side of the room.
okay.
Drag
tidy
the other
up.
unconscious one to the other side of the room. Like, just get the
Okay.
bodies out of his way. It's fine. like it's
Biscuits is gonna
nothing.
take the dead one and search
Yeah,
his
she-
pockets.
Pick up what you killed, Biscuits. It's fine.
Maybe
You
it's
gotta-
got some chewing tobacco.
You actually find a very cool lighter.
I'm
That-
lighter.
Like it's just like one of those like metal
Zippo?
ones that
Like a
like
Zippo
flips
one.
open.
Like a Zippo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you've probably I don't know if you would have ever seen one before, so
Um,
you're just
maybe,
like
yeah,
fast.
Zippo's pretty old. I think
But-
butane lighters like that.
Maybe.
By the way,
Okay.
I do want to establish that after Fling yelled that the were sharks were coming, that he ran off.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah,
I did
so
not
all of
catch
you
that.
are I was gonna like I was wondering if everyone was kind of like wrapping up before they reacted or if they didn't realize that something was mentioned outside, but I figured I'd let stuff wrap up. So Fling is leaving after having yelled were sharks are coming. Marl is now obviously alerted because Marl is already outside.
Yeah.
The rest of you again kind of see
Avery took off.
Avery took off. So was Avery
So
Avery and
yeah,
Fling
so,
are
what are you
probably
doing?
not too far.
so
you come
Avery was
outside-
walking back outside
Mhm.
after this, straight up murder.
Yep.
Mhm.
So I mean, I don't know if Marl is still right there or
Still
Um,
there, and yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. You go ahead. I'm just saying they're gonna keep getting closer. Is what I was gonna say. So.
If they are getting closer, I'm going to like hearing. I think Biscuits yell out, "Stop the music!" I'm gonna head back inside. Ultimately, like we can wrap up, but ultimately attempt to use my hacking skills to help try to shut this thing down.
So
Morals
you're
reaction
going
compliance.
inside.
Yeah, I'm going back inside.
You're going inside. Other people are coming out. Why don't you give me a really fast crafty roll? And I know you're a
Okay.
gizmo, so add the appropriate things to that. I will say that Ray is doing some of it. You'll help speed it up.
Okay. Oops. Okay. So that's still 2 dice.
Yes.
Okay.
And like I said, since he's already doing stuff, it'll be a 4 difficulty.
Double 5s.
Perfect. Yeah, you actually succeed. Like, Ray is used to running this place, but he is shocked at how fast you were able to get everything figured out and replaced. Put back together, make that noise stop. Your boombox, I don't know where you put your boombox, but it is now
At my side.
back to playing regular tunes. And because I think what's going to happen, just partially for the sake of time, but also just because you also rolled an exceptional success, hearing the change of the tunes and having everything go back to normal and not having there be like jarbled ritualistic stuff going on the radio anymore, the people outside will see that the deep ones do start to back off a little bit. They seem really shocked and not really sure what to do. That being said, at the same time, when they start backing off because they hear that their signal and their, strength and everything like that kind of isn't really playing anymore, it does seem like something a little bit bigger is starting to emerge from the water now.
Oh no.
I don't know. Does anyone else want to do anything before I?
So,
Yeah.
You said that Fling left
Yes.
to go get his van
Mm-hmm.
to drive it back to run over fish people.
Okay.
But upon seeing the larger fish, decides he's going to slam the gas,
Mhm.
hit the ramp at the end of the dock to slam it into this thing.
Okay.
Is he hitting Cthulhu?
Not Cthulhu. Not
Dagon.
Cthulhu. Dagon.
Nice.
Call of Cthulhu or drive into Dagon.
So yes. So the fish people are basically deep ones are basically the army of. But because they are confused because the plan didn't go off as it was supposed to, they need Daddy Dagon's opinion on what to do next.
They're looking for leadership.
They're looking for leadership, and their leader is slowly but surely doing his own slow-mo out of the water. So he
Is
can
Just
try
picturing-
he
to.
having like a Halle Berry Bond girl moment?
Yes,
The
the water's
water's
dripping
Heck
off in
yeah.
slow motion.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The water dripping off of his many tentacles, just
Mhm.
glistening off of his scaly chest, his
And
the
fish
moonlight.
face in this
Right.
smolder.
And it's in slow motion.
It's in slow motion.
Okay, because when he does stuff in slow motion, it causes a complication for him. Right? Those are in the rules of the game.
But y'all are so dazzled by this new thing that just came
Has-
out of the water.
Has he seen how
It's like a
shiny my
neighbor
van
inside,
is?
thank you.
So he hasn't seen how shiny your van is yet because there isn't really a lot of light hitting it at the moment.
He's about to see how shiny it
But
is.
strangely enough, you are near a lighthouse that has a big old light on the top. And he's actually trying, after he has his big slow-mo moment, basically his plan is to try to knock down the lighthouse, because if he can't spread the word of Dagon, he's at least going to try to see if he can drag a few more people down by having there not be a safe way for boats to navigate the island.
He's trying to
So-
cause nautical accidents.
Kind of a
trying to
dick
cause
move.
nautical
Yeah,
accidents,
that's
add
much
to the
dick
Deep One army.
If I
I'm
can't
giving
bring the
away plots
apocalypse.
that I was gonna do like a slow release of all this information, but it's 11:50 at
It's
night.
a
and
one
I know
shot.
it's
It's
a one shot.
Right. I mean, this is a straight up OSHA hazard, and we cannot have that.
While he's doing his slow-mo out of the water, you are able to figure out what his plan is, because he is slow-mo reaching to try to tear down this lighthouse,
Oh no.
while his followers just are starstruck and confused, and
You
at
thought
this
we had a
exact
weird
moment need
day.
to recollect themselves.
Yeah.
So, I already know that there is a van that is going to be heading towards Dagon. Is there anything else that wants to be done, or is that something where?
Upon seeing this,
Mhm.
Biscuits will say,
Miss Maeve, does your magic book say anything about people that are huge giant fish people?
I start flipping through the book.
Like half of it is fish people.
Yes,
How to make them
it
go
does
away
say things
forever?
about huge giant fish
Half of
people.
us
Yes.
fish people.
Does it say that huge giant fish people all hate vans? I don't know how to stop this thing.
Is there an illustration of Dagon in there? Like,
Yeah. I'd
does
say
he have a
so.
glowing weak point that's highlighted in the illustration? Hit with Van here.
No. I don't believe there's an actual like hit marker of his weak
Dang.
spots. Like it's not a
It's fine.
video game where when you pull back the arrow you can see the weak spots that you're aiming for.
does it give me a general idea of how big this thing might be?
Yeah. So here, let me
He big boy.
Is he big boy?
I have a
big boy?
picture of he big boy. He big
He's not a
boy.
little guy. He's
He's-
not.
Buckle up,
he's
LC. He
not
big
a
boy.
Hey, it's cuffing season.
It's cuffing
No.
season. You need
All
a
the
big
girls
eldritch
need
boy.
it.
You know, LC
That
is
song's
sitting at home
bullshit.
right now
Nobody's
just-
asking me out on dates.
doing this.
She's already messaging Kuma with what to draw next.
There's a part of me that's like,
Yes,
depending on
absolutely.
so there's in Maeve's mind, there's a part of her that's going, depending on how big this thing is, like if I get a general size, she may have already fought bigger in her world.
You said
So-
fought bigger?
Fought.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
not
Okay, nope.
it's
that's
your
fine.
mind out of the gutter.
Dropped
I heard
in,
what I heard. And it was
dropped in chat.
Okay, let's see.
I mean, there's
Pretty big.
nothing to scale. You don't know how big that rock is.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Mhm.
So
Now,
okay.
now if the rock is the lighthouse, then that's a scale.
Then that's a scale. Well, let's say that is smaller than lighthouse, so he's not compared to the lighthouse now. He is
Like halfway
How
up the
tall is-
lighthouse?
yeah,
or-
yeah.
Okay.
So he's at least a couple stories tall.
Okay.
Which isn't great still,
No,
but there is a
it's bigger
van.
than- it's bigger than things I've fought before. So
Miss Maeve, unless your book says how to stop this fella, we better get out of here.
I'll stash the book, grab her hand, and start running. I guess
Mhm.
is there another distance away from the beach past the lighthouse to run? Like another
Like-
trail or something?
We run back towards the mainland away from
Or
you.
back to mainland, yeah.
Yeah, I would say running back towards the mainland would be better because you're on a peninsula, so there's really not much else to go the other direction.
So we have to go
Unless
down
you want to
to
go
get
into the
out.
water and join the deep ones.
I don't.
No,
I
no,
don't
I'm
mind
good.
that.
So do we have to go down to get back out? Is that basically what's going on here? Like further in towards it to hook and get out of it back to the mainland, or are we actually just able to go completely away from it?
No, so the way I was kind of imagining it is like lighthouse,
Mhm.
the radio station,
Mm-hmm.
and the water behind the lighthouse is where he's emerging from. So he's actually kind of like on the opposite side of the building, but big enough that you can still see him.
Yep.
Maybe
That-
kind of
that's-
off to one side a little bit, just to so he can make his point of being seen and not inhibited by the lighthouse, because that would just not that would ruin his slow-mo moment.
That's bigger than any Nephilim I've ever seen. That's a hell no.
I will also say that as Maeve and Biscuits run away from the house, slow motion
Oh yeah, of course. Of course.
to recover a luck point. And
Because I actually haven't gotten to do slow motion until just now. So yes. slow motion.
hand in hand running down the beach, and Biscuit
Yeah.
says,
You know, Miss Maeve, I can't help but think this is my fault because I love fishing and I won a fishing competition in my home. And all these fishing people is angry about it, so they's probably coming for me.
That's all in slow-mo.
yeah, she says it very slowly. Right, right.
Actually, actually, she's saying it in normal speed because in reality, she's just talking.
Yeah, yeah, she talks very quickly.
Yeah.
She's been slowing down
Oh,
already for all of you.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Do we want to have the van hit the big baddie? Is that kind of what's happening right now?
Go, Fling, go! Fling, I can't hear you.
Are you muted?
No. If the
No.
higher pitch isn't being picked up by your mic, so if you bring it
Oh,
down.
okay.
I was paid for my smiles. And then, like, as soon as he hits the ramp, that's when he's like trying to duck out.
Yeah, tuck and
Okay.
roll.
Because you're trying to do something very big, I think what I want to do is instead of like a dice pool and trying to meet it, beat it, I want to see how many successes you can get.
That depends on how many die I can roll.
Right. So, this is going to be, I'm going to say agility, just because you are going to have to aim and obviously be like keeping an eye on that sort of stuff. So you're zoning in on
Would it?
him.
Can
Would it help?
I?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to ask if I can assist by calling on the divine swampy powers of the Swamp Queen.
I think this seems like a good moment because, I mean, there's
Mhm.
not enough room for this many fish gods in the
Yeah.
world.
So I think Biscuits sort of just like raises her hands like a Pentecostal and says like
I was Mighty Swamp Queen. We call upon your power to come and fry this fish.
and like sends that up, and you all see a vision appear of a normal human-sized woman with ratty hair and a witch hat. It says,
Oh, hey, I'm the Swamp Queen.
doesn't but she's there.
She is there. What do you imagine her doing in this situation?
I imagine
that
her
would-
taking up a
just
staff
her
or a stick and
presence?
pointing at Dagon and being like,
Oh, get out of here then. Go on.
and like poking
Go on,
him
get.
in the eye.
She's gonna walk a little bit further away from you, kind of so she can be closer to water,
Hmm.
and then she's going to basically slam down a staff.
Yes. I gotta tell my friend Tom about this because he played the Swamp Queen. Okay.
Yes, she's basically like summoning all her power. She is standing enough in water that it's marsh like. She's on like the wet part of the sand. Slams down her staff. Fling, as you are driving off the
Can I
ramp.
try to do something as well to help
Yes.
assist, if possible?
Sure.
Would it help? Because this thing's kind of like riding up a lighthouse. Would it help if it was like kind of if its attention and focus was more toward us? My intention here is to try to like distract it with the boombox.
Okay, so you're saying you
Like John
want it
Cusack can say
facing
anything.
Yeah,
the
if it would
direction.
help the aim of the van if it was
Right.
facing kind of like straight at us. So if I were to crank up the boombox to full volume and like John Cusack and say anything, have it like directly over my head, holding up,
I'm
and
gonna
just blast
Playing
whatever's-
Weezer.
Oh no, wait.
Oh
I
yeah,
was
that's
Weezer.
coming. That's coming.
I was
So-
gonna say that it only plays "Never Gonna Give You Up." Never gonna.
No,
Oh no!
it's gotta be
Not
Buddy
in this
Holly.
moment. Not in this moment. There's only one song that can play in this moment, but I want to see if that would help distract it, so I can assist the band.
Yeah, so I think what we're gonna do, just because all of you are like literally helping this one thing happen,
Mm-hmm.
like however, if we're doing an agility roll, you are gonna add what Fling, you roll whatever you would have for your agility. Whatever you would have, Marl, for your crafty,
Mm-hmm.
because you are doing something that's kind of unique and trying to, use music to distract. So whatever you can culminate from using your perk and everything like that. And Doc, also what you can use. Also, I'd say also from crafty, just because you are, summoning like this other entity that you also believe in really deeply and all this sort of stuff. So all of the points that each of you can, like all the dice that each of you can roll,
Yeah.
sum it
I-
into
Okay.
Fling.
I think that I have
got-
3.
Okay.
I've got one. I've got something too.
Okay.
Because I feel
Let's-
like when
we're powering
Fling
a
ran
friendship.
away,
Mhm.
when Fling ran away to get the van, they dropped the flare gun.
Oh.
To be fair, I did have that tucked to my boobs, which immediately got
Exactly,
shot
which the
out.
boobs left. So I feel like seeing this, and he's already it's all freaking out, but he's still in that movie star here action hero
It-
kind of
it is-
mindset. I feel like he picks up that, and as Marl is standing there with the boombox, he comes up next to her, looks at this thing, is like, "Hey, motherfucker!"
It
Are
is
you
Chekhov's
trying to-
flare
It's this
gun.
climactic movie.
Are you
moment.
trying to aim at it, or are you just
Yes.
trying to like distract? Okay.
I mean, it's a flare gun, so it's just but
yeah.
yeah.
Well, so
in its
so
general facial region.
now I want you to compile all the points that you could use for agility. And then we're going to use the flare gun as your perk for this moment, because it is still an item that would have been a perk, but
Okay.
of course a lifeguard tower is going to be well stocked.
Yeah, I think that's
so
going to
Marl,
be 4 total.
4. Okay, so we have
I think
4. Marl, you have
3.
3, so that is 7. Another 3, so 10. And then Fling, what do you have just with your base agility and your mystery van and all that sort of stuff?
So I don't have agility because I'm crafty, so that's
Okay.
1 plus the van. And can I spend a luck to reduce?
Sure.
Okay. So
Okay.
that's So how much
That's-
am I adding?
12 die altogether.
Okay, you're gonna have to give me a minute.
That's fine. I'm sorry. I know. I'm asking a lot. I only asked for 3
And then
die at
and
the
then
beginning.
and
of
then
this.
what am I hitting?
So, I will say that this is a big thing because we're trying to bring this down in one go, one big sweep. So it was a 6. We'll bring it down to a 5.
Okay,
So count up how many
5 that I get.
5 pluses you get from
Okay,
out of the
and
12.
I have 12 die.
Yep.
All right, so we'll just go down the line.
Sure.
So that's 2 6s off the bat.
Okay.
That one's a 5. That one is not.
Okay.
That's a 4. That is also a 4.
Okay. 5, 6,
Nope, neither one of those.
7, 8,
None of those.
9,
The
10.
last one. That is another 5.
Okay.
So that's 4 out of the 12. If I need to spend a hero point to re-roll any of those, I will.
So 4 out of 12, also 2 6s. Seems like that should count as a critical success. In my
Yeah.
head, at least. So let's call that 6. So we'll call that as 2 extra successes. I think so. Does 6 successes seem fair with everything, considering the double 6s and everything?
I mean, you're in charge, Lonnie.
I mean,
wanna
I just
make
want to
sure-
say that a great song is blaring out of the speakers right now.
Right.
What is it? What is
It-
it?
It's
So-
Weezer's Buddy Holly, baby.
All right.
How about so after we're gonna say 2, just for added effect, because I think this is gonna be awesome. Because the lighthouse, you are getting such a good arc from the ramp that the lighthouse will actually hit the van at the perfect angle to basically just make you look like this huge disco ball as you are just driving straight into like the heart of Dagon. And do you want to explain just what that looks like and what that feels like from being inside of the van?
I mean, he's still planning on jumping out.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. That's smart. That's smart. I appreciate
But
that.
yeah, but so basically he hits like he like hits the ramp and is going up, and like from his vantage point, just seeing like the light reflect off, like everyone is just blinded by the light of his like CD looking van, and he's just sees like teeth and maws and stuff. He's like, ah, not again. And at which point he just jumps out the open window.
Okay.
So pretty much like it just goes straight for his maw as his his tentacles kind of like wrap around it. And because he fired off the flare gun, I'm gonna say even though the flare gun's going off, like the van hits and then the flare kind of hits the undercarriage, causing it to explode.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh
Which-
my god.
Terribly badass.
Which
Terrible
probably
bad
pushes Fling further back from the
Wild.
explosion.
You know
Probably
what?
gives Avery lots of movie ideas.
I'm just gonna hope you land in the water, so you
As-
don't have to. I don't want to make you roll for trying to land
I am gonna say
in an agile way.
as a Pathfinder
Yeah.
goblin, he's bouncy.
Okay.
I mean, Lonnie, I do have agile as my trait. Can I try and catch him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
So so first of all, just to be clear, there was a lighthouse that just perfectly gleamed off of this chrome van that is flying through the sky.
Yep.
It's a little distracting, but I'm gonna make it a 5, not a 6.
And I'm going to spend to make it a 4, not a 5.
Okay.
So I have 2 dice. Let's see if I catch your ass. I'm using a hero point.
Take mine.
Haha, I got a 6. I catch you.
It, like just lands in your arms. Is like my hero.
Like she sees the angle you're going, and while Princess has her like doing the whole like Moses staff thing over in the corner. She
No,
just
that's the
takes
Swamp
off-
Queen doing that. Biscuits is just smoking.
Oh, okay. Okay. So like Maeve takes off into a sprint, and like right as you're about to hit the ground, she knee slides across the dirt and catches you, like full on body catches you as you hit. You're small. It doesn't hurt as much as it probably would if you were a regular sized human, so it's doable.
I'm the size of a volleyball.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. 2
Yeah.
volleyballs, maybe 3.
She's a pioneer woman. You land on her and you can tell like she's no slouch. She's got some musculature there that probably was kind of hidden. So, yeah,
Yeah, my hero.
sure. And she puts you down. Ow. I forgot I don't have pants on. Ow. Your knees are just scraped as hell.
Okay. So, in a good culmination of the fact that there was just not only a super badass moment where there was a swamp queen giving power and music being blared to the perfect tune to fit the moment,
It
disco
was
ball van blowing up because of a flare gun into the mouth of Dagon. He falls backwards into the water and just collapses. All of the deep ones around disperse in fear. Not knowing what to do, not seeing just had their leader and lost their leader so quickly.
I just want
And
to
yeah.
I just want to say, guys, I know there was an exploding van, but really, he was defeated by the power of friendship.
Oh. And you
Also the
all go in
exploding
slow-mo walking. You all walk in slow-mo, holding hands while there's the explosion plume in the background.
Don't look at it. It's cooler if you don't look back.
And we're all wearing sunglasses again, even though I took mine off
Yeah.
at night.
I've been doing it this whole time.
What?
Wearing my sunglasses at night.
I know.
So
As we walk off,
as you
Bis-
walk off,
Biscuits turns to everyone and says,
Do you think it's going to reflect poorly on my candidacy for this lifeguard position that I murdered a guy?
It's
I
California.
mean,
It's California. No one's gonna press charges.
Oh,
Mm.
it shows that you will protect the people at all costs.
Yeah.
sounds like it's part of the job.
she looks at Avery because he's the only one who hasn't said anything.
He's scarred for life.
Just ghost faced.
It's like you could get the Cthulhu monster, but you couldn't give the goblin tits.
I'm so confused.
It's
So
okay,
confused.
Mr. Avery. We'll get you back to making your moving pictures.
well, so
Yeah.
speaking of that, y'all do have to go to work in the morning tomorrow.
Shit.
We'll do a quick little wrap up scene there, and then I promise we'll call it a night. I know we're running a little over. But so the next morning, all of you have, stayed up late the last night. I don't know if y'all went to bed right after that, or if you probably had adrenaline rushing and needed some time to
But we went back.
whatever.
We went to the bonfire again.
The rest of the people are gone.
Oh dang!
But the
Yeah, but they're
cooler is
still
still
here.
there.
Fish people.
Maybe they left the beer.
They left the beer.
Yeah, you know what? They heard a huge explosion and they were like, I don't want to mess with that. And all just left in a hurry. So the beer is still there. The fire is dwindling down to, cinders, but still going. You can revive it. And yeah, so just waiting the rest of the night at the bonfire.
We don't have
We're
anywhere
gonna
else to
have our own little
go.
party
I mean,
Okay.
Biscuit drinks herself to sleep.
I lived.
Okay.
tomorrow.
I slept in the van.
Yeah, no, same. Yeah.
The van that blew up.
Yeah, the one I got from Ray's van.
That's
That you
where
blew
they
up.
slept, but they don't have a place to sleep now, so they sleep on the beach.
Yeah.
So all of you wake up as hobos the next morning.
Absolutely.
Hooray.
Yeah.
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 Now we're all hobos.
Oh.
I think the next morning when they wake up, Biscuits isn't there, and then she comes back from like the shops like nearby, the sort of shopping area, and she has like 6 ice cream cones in her face. She's like,
Oh yeah.
He's already grabbing one. Ah,
It's cold.
So you have ice creams and you just start kind of preparing for the day. You walk towards your tower. And who else is sitting there waiting for you but your good old friend Artie? And he just looks at you and he's like, y'all figured it out, huh? I didn't have anything to actually do with it. It was just fun to be involved, but heard a big explosion last night. Have to think that you got me beat. But
What do you-
that's fine. What did you say?
Oh, well, I mean, it was kind of obvious you were the villain because she fell in love with you, thought you were hot.
Oh, I'm
She-
not the villain. I just like to be involved in the chaos a little bit. None of that was my doing. I was just helping feed Dagon's army a little bit. You'd be surprised how many people around here will just go off with any person to go swimming or, have to prove their worth surfing.
That's
In
clearly you've
California,
been
that's
luring
pretty
people
normal,
to die in
actually.
the water.
I mean, you gotta
Three
expect
people
that.
just said something at the same time. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Whatever it was perfect.
Cool. Yeah, he's basically just like it's not even a problem that you ruined the plan. First of all the deep ones are still there. They still have Hydra. They're gonna come back, but you all aren't gonna be here to fix it.
We're not?
Oh, no. No, you all messed up my plan a little too much for now. I think you all have to go back to where you belong. Maybe next
Jokes.
time.
Well, joke's on you because he's a hobo. He don't belong nowhere.
Point at Avery, just like blatantly, like.
Leans in. He's a very important hobo. We've got out.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? Fine. I'm a very motherfucking important hobo.
Yeah.
And I will be back for the sequel.
Well, you think there's gonna be a sequel, huh? Well,
That
you know,
depends on the ratings.
I'd love to have to pull you guys all back from the multiverse again, but it's just doing a little too much damage to my master plan. So I gotta let you go. And he kind of stands up, brushes himself off, and the next thing you know, he starts disappearing in front of your very eyes, and you don't even realize that you're also slowly disappearing, feet first, all the way up to your head. And the next thing you know, all of you are going to be waking up exactly where you left off before you got trapped on a beach.
The monster.
Before Biscuits gets redeposited there, Biscuits asks the Swamp Queen to send him with Maeve. Send her with Maeve.
I would totally take Biscuits back to that world. Hell yeah. Biscuits fits in so well.
I mean, I guess Biscuits does technically just get to free float, considering Final Moments was blowing up. Maybe she just made a rift in the dimension warp and just gets spit out. And
I would like to say that since Fling belongs to no world, he just travels wherever. Like everyone disappears. He's just by himself, and he's like, "Oh no, they all got time warped out."
well, then
At
the
which
next time you
Well, at which point the van pulls back up, and then in a voice like Kit from Knight Rider says, "Get in, Fling. We need to save the time verse." It's like,
Yes.
Vanny, you're still alive. Gets in there, and at which point they drive off at 80 miles per hour and does the Back to the Future.
And then
He's-
whenever you play Fling in your next one shot, he's gonna show up in a disco van.
Yep.
I mean, does the Swamp Queen let Biscuits come back with Maeve?
You know,
That's a
I feel
question
like
for the.
Because if she does, I'm going to describe what Biscuits sees going back to where I was pulled from. It's not pretty.
I think the Swamp Queen actually does have enough pull because Princess Biscuits kind of got pulled into this reality after, like, directly after doing something that would shatter the reality that she had. She's kind of a free-floating soul. So just guiding her in a certain direction is probably pretty easy to do.
Cool.
If she wants to go.
She does.
Okay.
Okay. So going back to where Maeve is, first things first, perpetual night. No sun, no stars, no moon, just inky black as far as the eye can see.
It's fucked up.
Everything nearby is lit with minimal fire, maybe torches. Maeve is flat on her back with where that tattoo was is fresh, dark black blood all over her. And I believe, if I remember correctly, both of my legs were broken at this point. And then if you look up, you see like, I think it was like a 15-foot tall bat figure that with like a huge like body frame and wingspan. That's what I came back to.
And I think the last thing we see of Biscuits is her like looking around for a weapon and just like diving after that bat creature.
Yeah.
Marl or Avery, do either of you want to have a nice little reunion back with your original worlds to wrap up the night?
I'll be waking up probably in the same room as Garm, and I'm just gonna say we need to stop eating spicy food right before we go to bed. That's the weirdest fucking dream. That's all.
Avery literally will wake back up on the beach because that's where he fell asleep. Kind of sit up, look around, look for fish people for a second. No.
All right. Finally, a reality without fish people.
Absolutely.
Well, then, okay. There you have it. All it takes to defeat an eldritch horror is a disco van, a little help from your friends, and
A
some
witch
music.
demigod.
Which,
And
well, I
flare
assumed that was one of your friends, right?
Yeah, we're close. Yeah, she
And
did just,
You know,
she did
just
business
a
with
really,
me, yeah.
really high level friend. You know, just
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Friends in high places, man. You gotta have them.
friends in high places.
Princess Biscuits casted Channel Divinity. That's what happened.
It's basically it.
That's what happened. Done.
Canon.
Canon.
Boom. All right. Well, I guess that's where we're gonna leave off Rlyewatch then. This was incredible. First of all, I've literally I just want to say really fast that I appreciate all of you because I've basically witnessed either played in a game where one of these characters were being played or watched like episodes of the games where these characters were from. So seeing them all come together is absolutely wild. I knew it was going to be chaos. It was the best kind of chaos. I feel like I didn't even need to plan anything. I literally could have just listened to all of you just banter all night and like maybe just found some little hijinks to get into and not even had to worry about any planning. But thank you all for making this really, really fun. I've had this game for a while and I've been wanting to play it for a while, and this was perfect. We are going to go around the table one more time and make sure that everyone gets to say what they're doing next. And just, talk about how awesome they all are as people and streamers and whatnot. So we're going to go in reverse order now, according to how I see them in Video Ninja. So we're going to start with Doc.
Hey, everybody, I'm Doc Rimbo. I play Princess Biscuits, who lives on, maybe in some future campaign, a different system. It's just fun. It's fun, and that's part of the beauty of Recall Week. I'm on socials as Doc Rimbo, also Doc Rimbo Rolls, I think is what I am on Threads. Blue Sky, the other one, all those places, also on Twitch. The main place you can find me is well, God, no, that's not true, Lonnie, is it? The main place you can find me is one more Thursday night here on Lost Caravan RPG, because next week is the season finale of Delta Green's Impossible Landscapes. Lonnie is one of my agents, and she's doomed, y'all.
I'm so fucked. I'm not ready.
Everyone is fucked, and even if whether or not they know it. But that is it also Eldritch Horror, but less goofiness.
Government. Government
Government. Yeah, it is. The
horror.
true horror is working for the government, secondary to which is the King in Yellow. So come on by for our finale next week. It's gonna be wild. I had so much fun. I loved this, y'all. This was great, and the whole week, great idea. So that's me.
It was so weird to have you as a player instead of be something that you were running.
I
So
loved seeing you run things because you do a great job,
thank you.
and so I had a blast.
I'm glad. Next up we have Copper Leo.
Hi everyone, Copper Leo here. I played Fling the Lucky One, or as his stage name is now known as Pamela Flingerson, aka Gale, for short. Don't call me short. Usually I don't have anything scheduled right now, but I'm usually lurking around somewhere in Lost Caravan, so I like to pop up every now and then whenever I'm able to. So keep an eye out for me. I'll be around.
All right. Next we have Rise.
Hey everybody, I'm Rise, and aka Sean. Let's see, what else do I have going on here? I suppose you can find me on Blue Sky. That's where I do most of my ttrpg stuff when I actually ever post anything on there as Rise. You can also check out my Instagram and Threads. That's more my photography stuff under Raven Black Photography. I do a lot of cosplay photography, that kind of stuff. Super fun. As far as RPG stuff, my next thing actually will be Monday over on Singularity RPG. We are doing, I believe this is our last episode. There was a little bit of confusion about if we have 1 or 2 episodes left in that, of Autumn is Locus RPG. Super fun, and I'm absolutely going to die and probably take everybody with me. Other than that, some point in this month we'll be doing episode 2 of our Alien RPG over on Singularity as well, with Meg Mysteria. That's super fun. I get to play the android in that, and I'm absolutely not a psychopath. So that's fun. And then later this month, at some point, I do not know the actual day, I believe we will be releasing episode 1 of the Old Gods of Appalachia game that I'm running for Lost Caravan. It is going to be on our YouTube. Episode 1, I believe, is going to be not the last week of the month, but the next to last week, I believe, is when that first episode is going to be released. And that is super fun. We're getting ready to record episodes 3 and 4 coming up this weekend as well. So yeah, look for that coming out. It is fantastic, and I love everybody in it. It's just amazing.
All right. Robin.
Ginger Brigade on Blue Sky and Twitch. I will be here on Sunday night playing another part of Recall Week with High Level Pathfinder run by our own Osiris. So that's going to be interesting because the first time I played High Level Pathfinder, I got completely wrecked. We'll see if it happens again. And then since we don't have our December schedule out yet, the next thing I'll be doing whenever it's eventually posted, I am part of the Mech Finder campaign that is also going to be going direct to YouTube in the near future. I get to play a sniper gunslinger in a mech in a high fantasy or a high future Pathfinder. Just come and watch it. It's really cool. Osiris wrote it. It's really fun. That's all I'm
So
saying.
you do know what a mech is.
I do know what a mech is in a different world. Yeah.
Upset
Yeah.
Marl.
That's fine. Look, okay, your mech's probably a lot better than mine. It's okay. I had to get mine by dying first, so
Still mine, so.
spoilers. So that's it. That's all I got so far.
And then last but not least, Danny.
Hello, I am Daniela everywhere on the internet. Tonight I played Maro Boro from our Lancer Dustwave campaign, and I will be back here on November 27th for the next installment of our Lancer Dustgrave campaign. So please tune in for that. It's going to be a crazy fight, and obviously Mora will survive and live and thrive. So she has that going for her. I'm also back here on Lost Caravan RPG on December 12th, where I will be in the DM seat. And I am not only DMing, I am DMing a game that I wrote and made for the Spooky Game Jam. So please come in, tune in, and watch me be terrified for 4 hours. Okay, that's me.
Hey, just to be clear, Marl is next episode going to mention the weird dream she had being on the beach.
I'll get
Yes.
in there somewhere.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Totally.
Can you believe
should.
no one knew what a mech was?
That was a
Really knew what
nightmare
an
for
NHP
her.
was.
They thought a van from the the 70s was a mech. Crazy.
No, and somebody said that they could put an NHP in my skull. Like, shove a ghost in your brain.
Someone thought Apophis was a ghost. Wynn's gonna love that.
Look, you got ghosts in your blood. You're gonna do cocaine about it. It's fine.
Honestly, it is too bad that I think your character's the only one that's still active in an active campaign right now, because the rest
Yeah.
of us have
Yeah.
the rest of
That is
them
true.
are,
That is
not
true.
going to be able to sit there and recount it unless
So it's
Suda Breach
definitely
all of a sudden has a
Marl
Princess
is definitely
Biscuit
the canon.
crossover.
Yeah.
Marl is the
Yeah.
canon
Yeah.
here. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah,
she's
no,
the one
Avery
creeping
apparently
out.
only shows up for like charity stuff. That's
Yeah.
that's apparently his job.
I'm just saying, I left it
Yeah.
ambiguous. Bling could
There
make a guest appearance.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. And you can recount all your stories about how, you
And he'll have
stole
a
the
shiny.
fireworks and then you
he'll
were
have a
on the beach.
His van will just be the mech, so it'll be his shiny disco mech.
Oh my gosh, all of you are
That's not bad.
fantastic. It was so great to have all of you play. I right now after this, next week is the last thing that I have for a little bit, I guess, because I guess Delta Green might be having the finale next week. And also
way.
yeah, it feels that way. I did have to lose a lot of sanity this last game, so if it went much longer, I don't know how much I'd have left anyway. But also on the 14th, which is 3 days away, and I have not made a character yet, I will also be here for a Caravan of Cthulhu run by Turk. So that will also be exciting. Just a lot of cosmic horror for like late October, early November.
It is the
I'm
holidays.
liking the vibes. It's fantastic. I'm just gonna
here
keep it
last-
going as long as I can.
Here at Lost Caravan, we choose cosmic horror over real life horror because the real world sucks.
Yeah.
Yep.
The
Yep.
monsters are better. I like the monsters more.
Mhm.
It's fair. It's totally fair. So, on that note, I guess all of us will sadly go back to our own realities instead of being able to fight cosmic horrors for longer, but it is late. I already ran over a half hour, so I am going to say a very quick thank you to everybody who stuck around. Thank you to everybody who donated and made it so that there were very few failed rolls in this game. And thank you to all of my incredible players for, again, making this game so much more than I could even picture in my brain. We love you all and have a great rest of your night.